What up, everybody? Welcome to another Risk of Resources Loadout Race of the Week. I am Race, and I'm here with Goji. Hello.
Hello, hello. How are we doing today?
We're doing good. I hope chat's doing good as well. We have a very cool thing for you guys today. As you know, we've been directing a lot of people towards the application page for Risk of Resources after the races and stuff, encouraging people to sign up to be racers themselves, to start training with the team and all that cool stuff. And we have a new racer today who has gone through the training program, who has graduated to a racer. And let's welcome in Snack. Hello, welcome in, dude.
Yo, snack.
Hello.
Welcome in. Congrats on graduating a racer. Hopefully it was a fun experience. How long you been playing Risk of Rain and stuff?
I've been playing Risk of Rain not as long as some of the people here, but a little after like Survivors of the Void dropped, I started playing, and I've got like 1,500 hours in this game now.
And how many world records do you have in speedrunning?
I had, I think, 5 until like 2 days ago, where Cap stole my any percent.
Damn.
Yeah.
Certified speedrunner, though. Love to see it. You think you're gonna do well in this race today? I hope so. Don't answer that. You're gonna do great. Don't
Oh yeah.
don't put curses on yourself. But hell yeah. We'll talk to you after the first loadout, and good luck when you start up. Everyone clap for Snack.
Yay, snack.
Yay. Alright. Let's see who else is playing today, actually, though. We have Tyler, Brian, Snack, of course, and we have Faku. And the loadouts for today: Flamethrower Artie with Orb. We have Default Mander with Slide. And then we have Polar Field Railgunner. And then I think we have full Default Seeker here, actually, as well.
Yeah, that should be a fun loadout. I know people do not like the Fist, but
yeah, I've been hearing that the Orbs are just much preferred over everything else.
Definitely. But hey, we're starting out with Artie today, and we got the best artificer ability you can have, Flamethrower.
Yeah, are you a Wiki enjoyer?
Yeah, I like
Perhaps.
Flamethrower.
Okay.
I mean, there's times where it's worse, but I would affirm that I think it's the better special ability on Artificer.
Interesting.
Might be some disagreements there, but we'll see how these racers use it today.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, exciting to have Snack playing.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Snack is very good. It's been a long time coming. I'm not gonna oversell him. You know, he's got to prove himself on the big stage today, but I think he's got a lot of potential. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Snack has been training with everyone, and they've been absolutely crushing. So I'm ready. I'm excited to see it. And obviously, like we've said before, like they're no stranger to speedrunning. They have world records. They've been speedrunning the game for a while. They've been playing for a while, so they're just one of them speed gamers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
All right, pulling into Bodes. Yeah, we have Brian immediately going for the Halcyon Shrine. The first one there. I think everyone's gonna be sort of pathing over to it. It just feels like that's the meta these days, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it's developed. I mean, it was one of those things where when we got into the DLC, we weren't sure, like, oh, maybe we'll use this Halcyon Shrine, maybe we'll use it like as a combat shrine. But I think we've all realized as racers, there's not really a situation where it's going to be better to prioritize TP over Halcyon Shrine. You know, you get the extra gold, you get a choice in the item, and it's just faster too. So I think we'll see everybody kind of go on that path. But Brian is scaring me right now. He's kind of taking a lot of hits.
He is pulling the House of the Night off, though, which is good. I want to see everyone do that, looking at Faku.
Totally. And Faku actually getting a penny is really early.
That is so
opting
good.
to loot a little bit over at spawn, which is kind of a big deal because people might not go back to that part of the map. So we'll see how much of a difference that makes.
Snack is also scaring me. Oh yeah. God. Oh Jesus.
Oh,
That was so close.
Don't want to see that early +5. It's always, I mean, it's just tense the first 5 minutes of your racing career. It's hard to play the way you really want to be playing. So if he can get through this first stage or two, I think he'll be fine though, and getting out of a sticky situation there.
Jesus. That was like 1 degree off of just an easy +5. So Faku with the pennies though going into the House Knight Shrine will just make this so much faster as well.
Yeah, totally.
And just obviously at a less of a loss of gold. We already see a watch coming from the House Knight Shrine itself. We see an energy drink. There's a hoof down over in a multi-shop, I think. Or was it a shrine? There's just a lot of just good things already. Unfortunately, though, this is just kind of a large stage. Ooh, there's a sales star on Brian. On kind of near spawn. Yeah. The people with the sales stars usually get a lot of cool extra loot, so.
Yeah, what did he get that out of it? Was it a small chest or a large chest or?
Looked like a small one near, like right under where you spawned in.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who picks that up. Immediately getting a couple of garbage items with it, actually, but you know, a little bit of extra potential scrap for the future doesn't hurt at all. And yeah, I think everybody's gonna play this stage pretty slow. I mean, this is one of those loadouts where if you don't get speed, if you don't get, you know, defensive items, you can get punished on that stage 4, stage 5 pretty heavily. I mean, obviously Artificer has a great way of dealing with mythics with the ice wall and a lot of burst damage, but you know, with the low acceleration, it's really easy to take hits from stuff like larva or, you know, jellyfish, some of those funky enemies that you might face later on in the run.
Yeah, playing around the acceleration is just like part of the core experience for Artie, and it's not always the fun one. It's just one of those you just kind of have to. And with the last dollar remaining, Tyler buys the chest with the sales star, which
oh wow,
beautiful. Oh, they're not.
Oh, let's look at Sneck's screen. Already on stage 2, and we see God
free pot.
So Sneck might have made the right decision going this fast here.
Messed up the God pot.
Let's see if he can fix it.
Come on, it's getting worse.
Come on.
It's getting worse. And Artie is like the worst pot roller besides multi, so you can really mess this up. Hopefully nothing spawns in behind him.
Yeah, and
is it roll off?
He's in the clear. Surely it doesn't roll off.
I can't tell.
I would love for him to turn around and check, but
I assume he would have heard the sound.
Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of this interesting
Brian
spot.
Ruined his God pot. He just like orbed it. Man, that's tough.
Oh, and Brian ended up getting a capacitor off of stage 1. I didn't, or Prayon off of stage 1. I didn't see that. Which is really nice. I believe there's stage 3 rally points, so people do have the option to go for that Prayon on stage 3 if they can play quick enough. I'd be surprised if anybody got there, but maybe Sneck goes for those bands, goes to the Prayon, gets a lot of burst damage.
It's definitely doable. There is a Void Band in the Void Critter that spawns right next to them on stage 2.
Oh, wow. If I'm Brian, I'm picking that up.
Yeah, I mean, you already destroyed the pots at that point, and it's like, you know, it's some damage.
And it's just a great AoE option as well. I mean, it brings a lot of those small enemies together and deals with them.
Oh, Tyler.
Have to struggle with. Man, people are not good at doing pots today, man.
I mean, back to Artie's acceleration issue. It makes it very frustrating, but I mean, it is God pot, so we'll see. We do have a Shrine of Shaping on this stage, so there's not really going to be a ton of loot options, I guess. It's interesting that Brian used the Sales Star on an equipment barrel when they had Prayon, so it looks like they don't really want to stick with it. Looks like they're looking for a vase or something still, which is fair. But it means that, like, he's not really worried about going to get the Prayon, or like he wouldn't have been worried about going to get the Prayon with RPD, sorry. And that could kind of be interesting, like maybe some of the other racers are kind of thinking the same way, just like, I'll just kind of not worry about that, and already have damage.
Yeah, I mean, Artificer is definitely a survivor that needs that burst damage a lot less. You know, if you're like NG or
Mm-hmm.
Commando and you're struggling to kill bosses, getting that Prion makes a huge difference. But you already have that M2, you already have the strong M1, and of course the massive damage you get out of Flamethrower. It's just a little bit less enticing.
I agree. Oh, Faku goes right over the God Pot, and then the Beetle Guard just snipes it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So yeah, it looks like, I mean, did Tyler end up rolling it? I didn't see.
I think walked away from it as it was kind of like slipping down the hill.
I see. So it might just only be Snack getting the bans then.
It's definitely possible. I don't even know where the other button is. I haven't seen it. It's
Yeah, I'm
not.
assuming that he saw it wasn't on the first half of the map and then just said, I'll hit TP and then grab it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely going to lose a lot of time on it. I think it's a good play to go for bans here, though. It's going to really up that damage throughout the run.
I agree. When it's so free and you spawn in right next to God Pot, and it's like, well, you know, I can take a little bit of time and make my run just way stronger, guaranteed. It's like, it's kind of good. There is a feather on Sneck as well.
Oh,
This is
and that'll be
very,
interesting if
very
other
good.
people will get that because it's just next to the
Yeah,
the elders over there.
agree. They're in the key box that Brian got. It's a quail. So Faku and Tyler both have the key. Snack is the only one without the key on this map. If Snack at any point gets a key though, it will be the quail if it's the first key box stage afterwards. So doesn't mean he can't get it. It just means he's not getting it here, which does mean he's losing out a little bit of speed though. Does look like Brian is getting the feather as well, which is interesting that he went over that way actually. But it's kind of close to TP. Just checking around the little gulik.
And Snack actually opting to take the Molotov in with the Lemurians to get a little bit more burst damage, which is slight optimization.
Interesting. You can see Faku with 2 topaz brooches really like getting a lot of penny value as well. Like just standing there getting hit with the barrier up. The first person on to stage 3 is Brian. Speeding ahead a little bit now, not being bogged down by the elders in stage 2.
Yeah, and Tyler actually went back to do the pot. He went all the way back across the map, and I think he's gonna go get bans now, which is like a lot of time loss. But I mean, maybe he just doesn't feel completely comfortable with his damage and figures long term it's going to be a little bit more helpful.
Yeah.
I think you'd much rather be in, you know, Snack's shoes here though, where you're in the same situation, just almost a full minute ahead.
Agree. And Brian
Baku
has...
on the other.
Yep.
Oh, you go.
Okay. Brian has yet to use his Sail Star. He's just going to go for TP immediately, I think, instead of opening anything on the way to TP. It's one of those situations where he just pathed right to TP in a straight line. So he's feeling... Looks like he's feeling pretty good about his run at the moment.
I mean, he's got a solid setup. He's got the multiplication of watches plus APR, or watch plus APR. And that Void Band provides a little bit of extra damage.
It looks like Snack is going for the Prion, but they're a little bit late, so... Or like they were pathing towards where it would have been.
Yeah, it looks like nobody's going to end up getting that.
So it was really only a Brian pickup from stage 1 that we see the Prion.
I'm surprised that Snack kept the Molotov with him though. That he
there was a saw as well.
Well, I think he had a DML actually that he traded out for the Molotov when he left the Elder's Cave. I feel like he must have just forgotten that he did that and had gotten a little caught up in the bands fight or something.
Mired Earn from TP and also ATG for Snack near the entrance to the cave, closest to the TP. We see that Tyler also gets the feather, which is amazing. Hopefully Faku finds it. Looks like they're pathing right for it. Feather is really, really important here because it allows players to just hover over Mithrix pretty much endlessly. which makes the fight just so much easier. You don't have to rely on your ice wall to stop him or to feint out attacks or anything anymore. You just kind of hover. It kind of just simulates Ion Surge in itself, so makes it easy. Looks like no one had too much of a problem with the teleporter for stage 3. Faku is going into stage 3 right now. They're a little bit behind on time because they started like, about a minute or so later. But that being said, they are still a little bit slower, it seems. Like they have definitely not kept up on their time difference, I guess.
Yeah, and it's tough because they kind of went back and looted that stage a little bit more. And everybody else, well, not everybody, but 2 of the other 3 spent that time getting bans. Whereas Faku got some useful items, but not damage items. And you're getting to the part of the run where you want to start multiplying your damage a little bit. So, I mean, hopefully he finds that ATG, finds some other stuff this stage to catch up. And,
you see
Brian very strong as well.
Yeah, you see Brian using the Sail Star and getting a knockback fin and bolstering Lantern out of one chest.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's a DLC
He was not impressed. Though Brian does find the ATG at the mouth of the cave, which is really good. It's hard because like Sail Star is really good here, obviously. Not only is it just extra items every stage, but you can also choose to, what type you get. And I think it's just hard in a race, though, to be like, I want to save for this type of chest or something, right? Because you usually just want to pick up whatever is closest, you don't have to backtrack. But sometimes it's like, that item, it's like it's a big gamble, right? But like sometimes you get like this crazy item out of like one type of chest, like a large chest or something, where like the person who opened the small chest is like, oh, I just got a knockback fin. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, I found the drone man because it was an extra assessor item out of the large chest. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's why you see a lot of people, if they can, just rushing to TP and then kind of scouting the stage while they're in TP with that Sail Star and making their decision based on that. But of course, didn't benefit Brian too much this past stage. And Snack is rushing on to stage 4, though.
I want to comment. Snack is also the only one without the Sail Star.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh, dude. when Tyler opened that ATG chest, Tyler got 2 ATGs
that's
from the
crazy.
Sail Star. So that's quite a boon. That's very cool. Brian also into stage 4 as well. They do spawn next to some loot down bottom. I wonder if anyone's going to go back for that. Those are like the types of chests where like everyone sees it, but not everyone goes back for it. And then like, it turns out to be like the god item of the run or something.
There is a red whip in the middle of the stage there. So I imagine people will go back for that or try to farm up a little bit and grab it as soon as they can.
Like Snack just did right now.
Yep. And we see there's elders on this stage 4. For those that don't know, you can have a couple different loot pools on I think it's just stage 4s and 5s now. Don't know all the specifics, but we have the elder pool, so we get that enemy that we used to not have for a little while, making this a little bit more difficult than usual. See Brian taking advantage of that void ban, getting everybody in the party.
And it doing damage that I couldn't really see on the Vagrant health bar, so.
Yep.
I was looking and I saw it go down a couple pixels. It seems like Brian's teleport is a little bit more difficult than Snack's actually. The Prion didn't quite, pop off as much as they were wanting it look like there.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, if you have an ice band on Artificer, you can pretty much one-shot most of these big enemies.
Yep.
And it just makes it so you can kind of play the teleporter on this, 10-second cooldown, where it just takes 10 seconds for each big enemy to die. But Brian doesn't really have that luxury. I mean, Void Band obviously isn't providing that much burst.
It's not really a single target damage option as much as...
No.
Yeah.
And then the Fireband is even better AoE as well. You know,
Yeah.
if you can get stuff to group together. Faku finally onto stage 4 though. And I mean, Faku isn't playing slow. He's getting onto
No.
stage 4 at, 1530, 1540. Just with a little bit less strong items, so it's going to be hard to catch up for him.
It's interesting seeing Snek and Tyler, the ones with the bands, and then Brian and Faku, the ones without bands, and things are starting to go a little bit differently stage 4, right? You see Brian actually had to leave teleporter for a good amount of time just to handle the bosses and stuff. We'll see if it's similar for Faku or not. But meanwhile, Snek and Tyler with the bands were just like cruising through it. So this might be like the point at which the bands really start taking
another
over.
Kajaros actually on Snek going back down to the bottom of the stage there.
Good call, good instincts. Never mind, it was Stealth Kit and Daisy. Well, we could have dreamed.
It's also just tough if you see Godpot and you don't get it. It's so difficult for your mental because you just assume everybody else has bans and they're playing fast. So it's not a run where you have any leeway. Whereas like you find a ban in a random chest, you're like, maybe people find this, maybe people didn't. And it just that kind of pressure can kind of build upon itself and lead you to play faster than you should when you don't have those items. So it's a tough balance here for Brian and Faku.
And look at this. Tyler actually has taken the lead into the first one of stage 5.
Yeah.
Really starting to speed it from stage 4.
Yeah, I mean, he has everything he needs right now. I mean, obviously there's no skip. I did see a Chrysalis back at the start of the stage, so wouldn't be surprised if he went and grabbed that. But he's got speed, he's got evasion, he's got damage reduction, lots of damage. I think I like where Tyler's at right now.
Snek really close behind. Brian right there as well. Looks like everyone is like playing very competitively today. They're all on each other's tails, so.
Yeah, and Snek actually is about 30 seconds behind real time on the timer than
true.
Tyler. So they are pretty evenly matched up here.
Ooh,
Getting
Tyler,
a grandparent for the
Tyler having to take a little bit of a charge break down below. This is actually kind of bad because it looks like there's a gilded Elder Lemurian. So what Tyler's trying to do is either get the gilded to go into the sun. Oh god,
Ooh,
this is bad.
Scary.
Get the gilded to go off the side or into the sun. Tyler's getting burned here actually by the grandparent. This might.
He doesn't lose watches. Oh, he has an elixir. Okay.
Okay. That's so scary. There's so many gilded below TP right now. There is a gun on the stage that Snack just grabbed as well out of a tri-shop. So we'll see if they just use that on the grandparent and then end up having a way faster TP because they didn't have to sit below.
Snack might get baited by the opportunity to use what Big D Wigdy would call grandparent tech to kill this Elder Lemurian, though. Of course, bring it below 50% HP to utilize the sun. I think the correct play here, though, is
Brian
just trying to get this TP over with quickly.
Ooh, that is 3 stacks of burn. Looks like they'll be okay, but you gotta watch out for that.
Oh, Tyler's in trouble here. He's got a lot of burn. Oh, and that's a +5 for Tyler.
Unfortunate. Really tough. Yeah, and then one more bomb just killed the grandparent too, which is something that feels bad. You're just like, I could have just done it.
It's tough because grandparents are one of those bosses where I think most of us look at grandparents as almost like a non-boss, where it spawns and you just you have a sigh of relief. But when they spawn in a situation like this, where you have to get to a spot where you can attack it that's inside the sun, it's actually very difficult depending on the other enemies that spawn, especially when you get a lot of those alpha constructs underneath. And you're like, man, I don't want to kill these alpha constructs because once the grandparent dies, they're not going to be a problem to me anymore. But if you can't kill the grandparent, then they become more of a problem. It's this tricky dance you have to play.
It's really tough. Meanwhile, Snack just kills the grandparent instantly with that gun. Love to see it. Looks like they have a lot easier time here. Brian even having a little bit of an easier time here as well, not having being bothered too much by the grandparent because of the Prion, it looks like. So, though that Gilded Elder was still annoying.
Baku's finally on stage 5 now, around 21 minutes, which is not quick.
Tiny
I
bit
think this is
behind.
where the run's starting to hurt. So
Yeah.
and it's tricky because your artificer, you have freeze, like you can just go to the moon, but I think he's also gonna want some damage here. Oh, and finds a larva actually.
That's really nice. No one else bothered to get that right away because they didn't really have the healing, but Faku was using Bungus to actually heal up to get it.
Yeah,
Bungus
it is
W.
a nice item, but it's not something that he's gonna want to activate on purpose. I mean, he's got 2
No.
watches and has a band already.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Gilded Elder, here it is.
Yep.
In one shot from this guy, it's over, so...
Yeah, and this is where you want to see people take advantage of leading the elders off the side of the stage. See if Faku can employ that strategy here. Looks like might be exactly what he's doing right now.
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
got one. Oh,
Oh no! Don't do that.
oh.
I'm actually
Okay, he's
clapping
gonna be
for
okay.
Faku right now.
Oh wait,
Oh,
wait, no, oh man,
that's...
I'm blanking on the name of the item, but the one that gives you more curse. That
Yeah.
item kind of hurt him there.
Echo is a little bit tough.
Echo, yeah.
Little bit tough, but they got rid of the boss of the stage. Brian and Tyler are both on the moon at the moment. Snek is looting a little bit before leaving. Yeah, I was on Faku's case the last 3 weeks because there were like elder bosses from TPs, and they lost the runs every time because they didn't lead the elders off the map. And the fact that they just did it right now, dude, I'm Faku's #1 fan. I'm cheering. I got my pom-poms and everything, dude.
It's good to see him learn, finally. Brian did not take the wings to the moon, which has to be a mistake. I mean, he must have either forgotten about them or not seen them. I mean,
I
Brion's
think
nice,
it's
but
easy to not see them.
yeah.
Faku dying using the Plarva, getting the Void Band here, actually. Void Band, Needle Tick, Wungus, and Zoya.
Most importantly, losing 2 watches for that.
Well, they already lost the watches, right?
Oh, that's true. They did
Yeah.
they did break them during the Elder encounter.
I think
We will
Snek took
see
a
Brian go to
long
Seeker,
time
though.
on stage 5 here. They were looting a lot at the end of the stage. They did get the Plarva, but they didn't really get anything else to show for it, like 1 speed. They got an extra knockback fin. Opal is kind of nice, of course, but...
Opal is nice, but
was it
when you
worth
have
the amount
Feather
of
and
time?
your Artificer, it's kind of a non-item. You know, you shouldn't really be getting hit by Mithrix too much.
Yep.
Looks like I didn't see what was at soup, but probably nothing of note as Brian is just charging the pillars right now. Does also have a lot of good green items with the Feather, the ATG. So not a lot that he'd be looking for. Faku doing the sitting underneath the prongs of the teleporter during this grandparent fight.
Uh-oh.
But I think it might lead to his demise here.
It's over.
Oh no.
It's over.
That
was a little greed. I think that was a little
Yeah.
too much greed.
I
It
think
works
it's
great when there's no enemies, but
I think
there's
it's also
usually
when you
enemies.
have like a backup location you can go to. But up on
Yeah.
top of this
There's nowhere to
table,
go.
there's nowhere else to go. You're just kind of stuck.
That was tough. It's really sad
man,
seeing Tyler have the +5 when there was that Plarva on that
Exactly.
stage too. Like,
Yeah.
though
No, it really does
anything
hurt.
could
He's
happen
having a great
here.
run.
Brian is doing pillars, which will lose a little bit of time here. Won't lose 5 minutes, but not to
No, but I
say
think
that
Snek is gonna take the lead here once he gets up to the arena over Brian.
those wings.
Oh.
The damage isn't too bad, but it's not as good as I was kind of expecting, especially with double HG double bans.
Yeah, I think they're dealing with the scaling a little bit. The bans are great when you're having a really fast run, but when you're at the point you're at right now where, Snack's getting to Mythics at 27 minutes, let's say, it gets a little bit less strong, which is something I've noticed a lot in the new DLC. You have a lot of runs where you end up just going maybe 3 or 4 minutes slower, and that 3 or 4 minutes of scaling can really hurt you throughout the fight.
Brian done with pillars. He's going up to start his fight now. Tyler done with phase 1. Though, reminder, Tyler still does have that +5. Tyler just has to try to make up that +5 somehow. It's hard though, right? You have to kind of just hope that your opponents kind of mess up. And you just kind of have to just play perfect and just pray. But even if you do play perfectly well, you still could just be 5 minutes behind.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely understand on a run like this where you have the free bans. There's not really 5 minutes of outplaying your opponents here.
No.
And so it's really about playing consistently, not getting another +5, understanding that it's the first loadout of the day. Everybody can make a mistake. And then also just like having a consistent fight is so good for your mental for the next few runs that you just want to play it out clean and keep your brain feeling healthy.
Yeah, just showing yourself like I can do this, like
Yeah.
That's why we try to, even if someone's a little bit behind, we try to hold people in until they beat Mythrix the first load of the day as well, because otherwise it just like it's a lot to be like, oh, my first time in, I don't even get to finish my run.
Yeah.
Oops.
But Snack in his first ever loadout is currently on pace to win, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I mean, anything could happen in phase 2 and 3.
Of course.
Snack is known for having a great run and then eating a pizza right at the end.
Ooh,
Recalled that happening a few times recently. But
oh
that's
God,
not to say he's not a great racer.
Dude, I can't believe what I just saw. Actually, I can't believe it.
What did I miss?
So Tyler threw a bomb and knockback Finn procced, and all of the bombs flew up. The exploders did, and then they died in midair. And then the fire puddle was in midair, and Tyler like passed through it and then just died.
No way. That's insane.
That is crazy. Because like it doesn't, when the puddles of fire are not touching a piece of ground or terrain, they don't show you the red lines for where it actually is. So it was just kind of like an easy thing to miss. Wow.
Wow, that is brutal.
Minus bans going into phase 3 then.
Yeah, that hurts a lot.
At least it wasn't another +5, but my God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice that once you already have the +5, you can laugh about that situation a little bit more than normal, but
they are getting hit a little bit here. I would just try to, I want to see Tyler just hold that feather and that hover a little bit more.
Yeah, and what's really important for Tyler and everybody in phase 3 is continuing to ice wall Mythrix as soon as he's about to jump, as to not have him start pizza. Because if you play it correctly, you can make it so there's no pizza in the fight. You just have to ice wall him at the right time over and over. And Tyler's doing a great job of that right now.
The thing about Mythrix is when he gets interrupted like that via ice, he restarts the move cycle he's on. So whether that's like the part where he runs around and, slaps you for a while, or that is pizza. If you freeze him near the end of pizza, he'll restart pizza from the beginning, for example, which I see some people do as well.
Yeah, I mean, actually, when you don't have other enemies to deal with, it's often easier to deal damage to Mythrix during pizza. So as long as you have the mobility and you're comfortable. Yeah, totally. You can just kind of keep that consistent damage up. Tyler almost done here,
and there it is. There's the pizza for Snack. It's not a +5. It is just a Plarva, but
it's a +V.
Oh, and there it is. Man.
Oh
Okay.
no, I just got an ad. I can't see what's happening.
Well,
Did he take a +5?
yes.
Oh, what a bummer.
So after pizza there, he didn't double jump, and Mythos went in for the swipe. Super unfortunate for Sneck there. I mean, honestly, what it was probably just the death from pizza, just getting in your head a little bit and
Yeah.
kind of losing focus.
Yeah, it's something that happens a lot. Is it's really easy to during phase 3 take a +5 and feel very rattled and not be able to focus on everything going on because you're just so focused in phase 3. You're dealing with pizza, you're dealing with ads, trying to deal damage at the same time.
Sneck is
Tough.
the first one. Oh no, Tyler, I think might have been. They're pretty close to being the phase 4.
Yeah, I think
Same real
Snack's a
time,
little
but
bit faster real time here.
yeah. Brian is just hoping to get a I got on Faku's screen.
Yeah,
Brian is
Falco's
just hoping to just get through pizza, and he should be fine here. No Plarva though, so if he does die, it will be +5.
Yep.
He is keeping the ice walls up pretty consistently though, avoiding pizza. Pizza is just the hardest part of the fight with Artie though, for a lot of people because of the acceleration issue. It's really hard to turn around if you find yourself dodging one of the enemies. It's just like you gotta kind of commit. So
Yeah. Oh, and Brian very close to getting that execute on Mithrix there. Just has to maybe get one more ice ball and he'll be there.
and oh
Do
nope,
it. Nope.
very close. Shouldn't even have to go through pizza here.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit.
And there you go.
Let's see. There we are. Yep.
Really close between Tyler and Sneck, though. I mean, only about 30-second difference between them, which is really good. Brian will take the lead today, though, just because no +5.
Well,
really...
let's not speak too soon. Brian has been known to +5 on the ship, so.
Oh, okay, true.
We got to get through the ship, you know, with this
the
low
ship,
acceleration, anything could happen here.
the tough ship.
But yeah, really good job to Brian on just playing clean, playing consistently. Yep. I think a lot of people in their first run, they play a little bit too fast and forget how important it is to just play a clean run when everybody isn't completely warmed up. You know, and Brian's coming in with like, well, it's gonna be a 36. Like, that's not a fast run. That's a average, if anything, below average run. But that's what you need to do this run, and just almost mature gameplay out of Brian, I would say. I like to see
Tyler.
it.
Very low. Ship is tough. Okay.
Oh, he's getting out though.
Alrighty. Look at that. Let's bring in Tyler and Sneck, and we'll see how they felt about that run. Hello, both to Tyler and Sneck.
Hey.
So, you guys basically finished at the same time, real time at least. It looks like, Sneck, you barely beat Tyler here. So congrats. I think you guys are second and third, though, because Brian had no +5s, and he's getting to the ship at the moment. A very good run overall.
Yeah, nice job, guys.
The Tyler, the knockback fin exploder death was crazy.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, actually.
My God. Unfortunate, another +5 for Faku there. Little bit tough.
Let's see if Brian can pull through here.
No, all eyes on Brian. Just can't take that pizza slice, you know. I mean, with an opal, it's good.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
We're messing around, but he's good. Faku into phase 4 at the moment, just finishing up his run.
Yeah, he did take another one a minute ago, but didn't change anything. Stuck in fourth either way. And
Brian actually taking damage. Oh my God, losing his elixir. All right, it's fine.
Okay, he's good. See a little laugh coming out from him. He knows.
Oh man, He's like, I need to lock in, dude. This...
All right. The Brian prediction comes out with 0 plus 5s.
You
What up,
actually
Brian?
went through that?
Oh shit, did I finish this late?
You got first.
Yeah, congrats.
What?
Yep,
No plus 5s.
no +5.
Everybody
Did anyone
else
find a
won.
skip or anything?
Yep.
Well, everybody
My
found
wings.
a skip. Yeah.
Everyone
I
also
didn't
found
find a
a.
skip.
Everyone also found some +5s. So you know,
Bro, I'm cracked.
it was stage 5. It was like right underneath spawn. There was a multi-shop with wings in it. Was the skip there?
Oh, buddy, you're kidding.
And another one with egg.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Oh
there
my
were
god,
options.
I'm trolling.
I mean, you won, so you know.
Yeah.
I'll take the win. I'll take the win. So another Brian sweep coming up. Right up.
All right, don't get
Surely.
ahead of yourself.
No, what Brian?
I like to hear it, Brian. I like to hear it. Keep it up.
Brian sweep.
Let's
yeah,
bring
so,
in.
so the stage 2.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, let's bring in Faku. Sorry.
Hey, Faku, you're good. Keep charging the ship.
Okay.
We're just talking about the run at this point. What's up, Goji?
The stage 2 bans were a big deal this run. I mean, we had 2 racers getting it, 2 not getting it. I don't remember exactly, Brian. What happened with your bans? Stage 2.
I just didn't go for it.
Oh, you just didn't go for it. Wow.
Didn't go for it. Was that God Pod?
It
Yeah,
was.
God
Yeah.
Pod.
You blew it up immediately.
Oh, yeah, no. It's fun. It's fun. I was like, whatever, go next. Pick up Void Ban. Just go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it makes the void ban decision a lot easier when there's no way to get
Yeah.
bans after that.
yeah.
There was a fire band in a multi-shop on stage 4.
There was.
True. Down at the bottom there.
Yeah.
So there were bane options. It did seem like Snack and Tyler, you guys had a lot easier boss fights, especially stage 4 and 5, with the bans. But you know, you both lost them to the void bans at some point during the Mythics fight or around phase 3. So they kind of slowed down a bit anyway. Without the +5s, though, the bans would have put you guys ahead. It looks like, though. It was.
Snack, I was curious on
Hmm?
that run. Stage 2, you opted to take the Molotov with you after switching it out for, I think, a DML.
Yeah.
Was that? Did you just forget about the DML, or what was going on there?
I felt like Molotov was just a little better. I got more use out of it,
Interesting.
I feel like.
Crazy.
Until I got ATG.
Crazy
and then
take,
I was
yeah.
like,
Wait, do you not find the pre-on stick?
You were the
was
only one who
slow.
found the pre on stage 1, Brian.
There was like 2 pre-ons though.
Oh,
No one found them.
yeah. I don't think anybody else left stage 1 with an equipment, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Damn.
So no one
And
found their
nobody got the 10-minute Prayon.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
That definitely helped me out. And
Overall, the things that were like there on their own, there was a Sales Star stage 1. It didn't really give too much. Tyler found the most use out of the Sales Star stage 3 with the ATG chest, getting an extra ATG. There was a pluripotent larva at the start of stage 5 that Brian didn't get near the wings, and really wasn't anything else this run of note. Of the power that people got, it was mostly the bans that people got out of the cave, ATG out of the chest, and just normal stuff. Watches, there was like one at the start out of the House of Night Shrine, one somewhere else, one AP round. So not really like a super powerful run. No one really missed out on anything spectacular. So everyone has played fine. Everyone played good. Hope everyone felt okay about that one. That was a good warm-up one for the day. But let's get into the next loadout. What's that loadout going to be? Oh yeah, Commando.
Commando.
My favorite.
my beloved.
So good luck on this next loadout, everybody. We'll see you guys soon. Good luck,
ya.
good luck.
See ya.
Good luck.
All right, Commando's
There we go.
a fun one. I think
Oh yeah.
Commando can either be a tough run for the racers or like a clean, easy, super fast run for the racers. But It kind of tends to lean one way over the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
just
find
one of the most item dependent survivors. And
very
when you
item
get those
hungry.
items, you take advantage of them so well. I mean, the
Mhm.
consistent 1.0 proc coefficient on that M1 just, it does work. But,
Yeah.
you know, when you don't get AoE, when you don't get any good damage, you can really struggle. And I think that's the big issue with this survivor is how strong do you really think you are and how fast can you go? Because if you get to stage 3 with nothing, even stage 3 can be hard on this survivor. So
Correct.
see how people handle that.
I love the way Tyler has already played the stage. I don't know why no one else did this, but they all spawn next to a treasure shop with gas in it. I feel like they should have just gotten the gas and then gone to the house in a shrine like Tyler's doing, because that just makes the shrine and every other part of the stage just so much easier. Also, you won't have to path back to it either.
I think it's a trickier decision than that in some ways though, because if
You
you get to that
do-
Halcyon shrine without 25 gold, that takes a while to get. I mean, it can sometimes add a whole minute on to clearing that first level of the Halcyonite shrine, depending on how many barrels there are or what enemies spawn around.
It does go slower, but I don't know. I mean, the time you'd take to go back to get the gas anyway, which you probably do need.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think gas is maybe the strongest first item you can get. Makes such a difference on these first few stages with almost every enemy.
Very impactful. Okay, so out of the Halcyon Shrine, there's a band. There's also Sonorous
Oh,
Whispers,
wow.
which we have not yet seen in a race, and not yet seen so early either, ever. Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
the
like
best
the
time to get
dream.
it.
This is literally the best case scenario. First
Yeah.
option for anything. We'll see how much of an impact it actually has here and over the course of the race. I'm assuming
wonder-
everyone's going to get it, so
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's gonna go do the stage 1 TP now because of that. Just getting an extra
Ooh.
free item out of it.
honestly,
I mean, I think with Commando, your damage is a little bit too low to do that. But it's a thought.
it depends what you get on this map, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and then also a roll of pennies on Brian. So the items will be plentiful this round. It's definitely what you want to see on Commando.
You could tell the hesitancy with Faku there. He was like, I kind of want to take the ban, but like you have to take the
Yeah.
Whispers, you know. You can't nuts.
Yeah, I mean it's just a guaranteed 5 more items throughout the run, essentially, maybe
At
more.
least. Yeah.
But I think we'll see everybody make that same decision. I mean, even the opal is tempting there. Getting an opal on Commando makes such a big difference throughout the run. But
Mhm. It seems like Tyler's having a little bit more problem with this Halcyon than most others, though. The thing with Halcyon, you can just step on any ledge above him and just kind of be fine, shoot down. So I'd always just kind of recommend just don't ever fight this enemy on its level. And Brian already to stage 2. And there's a bleed
Yeah.
printer right at the start of
Oh,
stage 2.
wow.
That's crazy.
This is gonna be a quick run. I mean, there's other things you need than a bleed printer on Commando. I think I've seen people. Oh, and I really like this play from Brian, recognizing that he got the high roll on the bleed printer, that it didn't take his pennies, so he's gonna keep his pennies, use it to farm as much as he can on the stage, and then go back to the bleed printer, saving
To
him
get
a lot of
more
time throughout the
bleed
stage.
than just like the short-sighted, like, oh, I want more bleed now type thing. Like, you get
Yeah.
way more later. This is what I talk about, man. Sometimes you just get a run for Commando that's just so good. You know, you're in.
Yeah.
We're also seeing Snake take the time to scrap here, actually, as well, which is going to turn out amazing next stage when he goes and finds the bleed printer.
Well, it is and it isn't, because he's gonna go print 2 hoofs here. I
Oh,
think is
never
what he's
mind.
gonna do.
Well,
So I think he's gonna feel like he kind of has wasted his time here. Because obviously a hoof printer is amazing, but it's not as good as a bleed printer is.
nope.
But we'll see. Maybe he gets some nice rolls and then ends up keeping a hoof or 2.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I love Snake's build. It's just has to all go in the trash.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Like, those are all of the items you want right here on the stage. There might be a scrapper this stage or something. I think that might be, I don't know. it's tough to say whether that's greed or not to look for one. He obviously didn't go into the bleed printer right away. Oh, we see Tyler take. Oh, he said, "Oops." Oh no,
Man,
Tyler.
that hurts.
Ah, man. That's.
I wonder what happened. I wonder if he like.
I just don't think he
just
realized what it
misclicked, or-
was. Like he was like, "Oh, it's a band," and then he saw it like as he was clicking or something.
Yeah, maybe in his brain he just thought it was like a different new red item. Thought it was like a growth nectar or something that you might actually skip there.
I
But
think it's easy to tunnel vision on a band. It's like, oh, it's a band. I'm gonna click on
true.
it. You know, like.
Yeah.
I think what he also did was click the portal before he looked at it, so there was like a time pressure. It was like, oh, just click on the band. That sucks. All right, well, we'll see how much of a difference it actually is for this run. You know, it could be a situation where it's like, man, all of the good items were from Whispers, or, you know, maybe they didn't really give that much, because it is just like a couple chests worth, right? Theoretically, it's like
I mean,
a
at
stage.
the end of the day, you have a bleed printer stage 2, so there shouldn't be a huge variation in where you're getting your damage throughout this run. If anything, maybe they just have 1 or 2 less bleed because they don't get those early extra boss items, but I think for the most part it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I guess that will unfold throughout the run.
For Tyler's sake, I hope not, but for cool factor's sake, I hope it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because it'd be cool. But, you know, the item from the Titan, by the way, is not being looked at by Sneck. It's Infusion, so not a huge one at the start already, but...
No. But also doesn't hurt.
Nope.
I think Infusion's one of those items that people just deem as like kind of useless. But an extra 100 HP can really help later on in the run.
It's
Could
only...
be the difference maker somewhere.
It's only like really good when you get like a printer for it and you have the time to macro it out, but in like the green item like quantity enough to use it. Oh, there's a cloak chest for Snack that I don't think anyone else found.
Ooh.
And it's a power elixir.
But
but for the races, it's like, what is Infusion gonna do for me here, really? Usually. I mean, it's, you know, it is 100 health, which can be okay, but Brian actually going back to get a lot more stuff. I mean, you kind of need to if you want all that bleed, right? I hope he remembers the bleed printer, because he's pathing directly away from it and towards the TP right now. Instead he's mousing directly over the TP icon right now on my screen. All right, well, I mean, maybe he feels like he has enough.
Right,
I don't know. I wouldn't feel like I have enough, but he's off.
I mean, usually I like to be a little bit more tempered. This is a bad decision from Brian, though. This is just, it's not going to help him. I mean, because the thing is, sometimes bleed isn't the be all end all. You know, the difference between like 3 bleed and 4 bleed, sometimes you want to diversify your build a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you get 10 bleed on commando, you can just melt any enemy. So you don't even need, there's a watch printer next stage. But you don't even need AoE because of how quickly you can kill enemies with that much bleed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and trying to keep the gas, if that was his plan, like he has the wisp, and I don't think you really need the pennies because you don't really need more loot because you have infinite damage.
Sneck didn't print any bleed either. What's happening?
No bleed at all?
What is this run? Sneck doesn't have a single bleed.
I'm
Sneck's
confused.
got decent items, and he's gonna find some watches here. But
Sneck did see it. He pinged it when he went into the stage. He knew it was there.
Okay, but Faku looks like he is pathing back to the bleed printer. I think Faku's about a bleed up here.
Well, we're gonna see like a fucking 18-minute Faku run right now. Like,
yeah. And I mean, it is important to remember, you know, you do need to skip. Some mobility is helpful as well. Like, if you just have bleed, it's still not, you can't completely race everywhere. But I don't know. I don't see how you don't just all into bleed here for the most part, unless you get some really good rolls. But, and yeah, it's like in Faku's situation here, it's like he kept his AoE, he kept his Opal, makes sense to just leave with 6 bleed. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Tyler, on the other hand, getting 4 bleed, it looks like.
Okay.
Maybe
3.
even more. We'll see. Oh, 3. Yep.
Well, if he goes back or not. There is a vase stage 3 as well. My god.
Oh, wow.
Take that vase
This
to the
is
moon
a
with all that
run.
bleed. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and vase just absolutely the best item in this scenario because, just a reminder, vase isn't just for a skip. Vase gets you across the stage instantly. And when you don't have too much movement speed, that can save you, 60 seconds sometimes. And Brian looking like he's going to slam his keyboard, picking up the void band, and then immediately finding an ice band out of the TP drop.
yeah.
Which sucks, but I think a lot of people would do the same thing there.
It's fine if he has a lot of bleed, though, right? Because
That's
you
true,
can,
yeah.
hold Mithrix and then bleed him up. But,
Well, yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't have a way to proc the ban, but I remembered he does have that shuriken, so...
Yeah.
Snack, on the other hand, is scrapping. This is an interesting play because he's inside of the teleporter scrapping without starting the teleporter. I'd kind of like more if he just did the teleporter, killed the boss, and then scrapped afterwards.
I think he's just wanting to print watches right now, so he doesn't have a tough time with teleporter, is what it feels like. But he has a gun, it looks like, so...
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like this is a very interesting loadout at the moment. I don't think anyone's playing it the perfect way that I'd want to see it being played. Everyone has their own little style on it right now.
I definitely like Faku and Tyler a lot more here, though.
I do as well.
I mean, watches are great, don't get me wrong. It's just
true.
You have this item that works better on Commando than any other survivor, pretty much, and I think you want to be using that item. And then you see it right now with Faku's screen where he's got like 5 mending beetles helping out the beetle queen, and he's
Completely
still
out
able to just
damage.
bleed through it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, as a scrapper on the stage with a watch printer, you can just make your bleed stronger by getting watches as well, right? You can just get rid of that crowbar,
Totally, yeah.
get some extra bleed damage. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of free. Brian is going more into the watches, but it's like losing bleed for it, dude. Oh, I'm crying right now. I can't handle it.
And it's just like watches are pretty scary here if you're Brian. I mean, you have no speed, you have no damage reduction, and no AoE. So you're essentially just single target, hoping you don't take a big hit. I guess he's got that power elixir now. But you don't have the most mobility in the world here. It's easy to break watches, I would say.
Yeah. I hope that Snack found the vase and was just using the gun on the stage just to use a free gun and then vase up after. But we'll see.
Yeah, it would be a shame to miss.
Faku was doing exactly what I thought, getting rid of the crowbar, getting a watch from it. It's perfect. Sees the band, or the van, says no. There's an egg right next to TP that Tyler got.
And Faku actually picking up what, according to you, is better than suppressive fire, a stun grenade on Commando.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out here.
Is so. Oh, there's an AP run printer next stage, dude. What is this run? Man?
Wow, this is crazy.
It's like just stage after stage of them just getting the printers.
Both printer, bleed printer, watch printer, APR printer.
It's
back to back.
It's the perfect run with whispers, right? At the start, so you get more stuff even like for it on these stages.
And this is especially good for Brian here because that multiplication is going to be really easy to build together with the watches. So his damage just got really ridiculous here.
I just wish he had bleed with it. That's all.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, Brian did find a gun on... I mean, he has one on stage 4 with Abu, so he's going to go after the eggs here. It looks like... I don't know if Brian took the gun from stage 3 or if he found it here, but if he did take it from stage 3, it's because he wanted to get Abu. Try to gamble for this red.
Yeah, I don't hate that play. I mean, maybe he realized that he forgot the bleed printer and was like, I got to do something to set my run apart a little bit here.
Ooh, there is a pearl opportunity as well. There's a lunar pod and a pearl on the other side of the map from Ewu, so
Ooh.
maybe a god pearl. I
Has
mean,
there
there's
been an Irradiant Pearl in a run?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I can't remember a time. Like I've definitely had them in scrims before, but I can't think of a race where we've actually gotten it.
I
It's
feel
usually
like-
just kind of a waste of a time to go get a pearl.
And the red is
Oh,
Smokes. Okay. And you also get another Whispers item from Ewu as well,
Oh,
which was an
true.
AP round. So really cool.
yeah, that's a great few items that Brian just grabbed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like where Brian's at right now. If I'm looking at everybody's build right now, I think Brian's actually got the best build without the bleed. I think he's gotten very lucky to get there, but he's got great multiplication. His AoE is going to be wonderful. You know, he's got the
I don't agree. I think having like bleed with watches is just better because like the base damage of commando is not enough to benefit from that multiplying effect as much as like the bleed is. It's just like infinite scaling. I don't think he's
that's
bad.
definitely true.
I don't think his build is bad, but like he did
Yeah.
have that bleed printer and he should have gone it.
Oh, totally. I think what I'm looking at right now is how quickly will they be able to get through stage 3 or stage 5. And I think Brian's got a build that lends him to dealing with a lot of enemies a lot better right now, which could be a big difference on stage 5. But it's always a toss-up, you know. Sometimes you get a grandparent and just a few mushrooms and you kill them quickly. So we'll see how it plays out.
Everyone's breaking my heart. No one's getting the pearl.
Oh, I'm sorry, Race.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
It's always next time.
Yeah. It's so like uncommon for it to actually happen, I feel like. And, give me a little bit,
I'll tell you, as a racer, it breaks our hearts too, because we always want to get it, but we know on a run like this, like,
It's
man,
a
am I
waste
gonna
of
waste a
time.
minute on getting an infusion, like half an infusion? Like that's essentially what you're getting when you get a regular pearl.
No,
So
don't
it's
remember.
like-
I'm not saying it's the right call. I'm saying I want to see it.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
I'm saying.
we all want to see it.
Oh, there is a scrapper on this dude. There's a scrapper every stage, and there's a god printer every stage. I don't understand like what this run is, but there's just it looks like Faku just going after the AP run printer here. Faku's build is the best right now. It's hands down easy. Getting the void key as well right from under Abu spawn. Faku's gonna have at least 3 watches, 2 AP rounds, 4 bleed going into stage 5.
Yeah, and he's got Shirk and Iceband
And
as well,
another
just
key
really
as
much
well.
first. Oh, true. Potential for 2 keys. The one thing is he doesn't have the better skip. He's got egg right now, which actually isn't even a skip yet. Could turn around. He does find another
There's so
void
many
cradle that others
voids.
can find.
Tenabobble, which is really, really good with
Yeah.
his build right now as well.
Very good.
Wow. And an extra mocha printer right here
Dude,
also.
what is this
Oh, he
run?
lost a bleed for it. That was greed. Why is
And
he
lost
still
the
printing?
bubble.
Oh no, don't do
Well,
this.
I mean, if you're in issues right now, you're like, man, I might have to do pillars. And if you have to do pillars, a few mocha is going to save you so much time. It's
Stream froze, so I
I
don't
mean,
know
it's
how
a
much he
gamble.
lost.
Yeah.
There is a scrapper though, and he could have just gotten rid of some other things. Like he could have gotten rid of PSG, Elixir, and whatever. Pennies, he doesn't really need as much stage 5.
True.
I know it takes time to
Brian
scrap, but like you
absolutely
have
doing work.
the build, man. All right, come on, Faku. I need to see your stream. He's offline, so just tell me when he's back up, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. He should be back shortly, we hope. Brian is flying through this stage 5 though. Just decimated the boss. I don't know, man. I think Brian's making some winning decisions here.
I mean, the
Might have
winning
fumbled a little bit
decision
at the
he's
start, but-
making is by going quick, but
That's what I mean. Yeah, he's just
Okay.
recognizing how fast he can go.
You want to go check
I
on
mean-
Faku for me?
Yeah, I'll go give him a ring.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Meanwhile, Tyler is. I mean, I don't know where Faku's at, but Tyler seems to be the only one left on stage 5. Getting the 10 bottle as well. The double key in their inventory. They're with 5 bleeds still, 2 AP runs, no watches though, which is the kind of scary part for me. Everyone just has such a variance in their build right now. Between all of the printers that they've seen this whole run, it's just so crazy to see that no one came out with an even remotely similar like quantity of items, honestly. Down to stage 5. Snack is fighting the boss TP, stage 5 as well. It's going pretty easy, obviously. No bleed though, but 7 watches and 3 AP rounds will do that.
Yep. And has anybody found the key on stage 5?
I don't believe
Doesn't
so.
look
What did
like
Faku
it.
say? Is there a stream backup for you? I'm still.
Back up for me, yeah.
All
I
right,
just
I'm
wanna
gonna
refresh it.
need to do a quick refresh. Sorry, chats. Sorry.
Well, I can give the play-by-play. Faku's
All right,
hitting
there we
TP right now, starting it out.
I'm good.
And, with a few bleed and all that damage should go pretty quick.
Looked like they didn't really print many mocha past what we saw. Like maybe one more, or they're at the last one. So
Yeah,
Oh.
they just took 3. Faku
Okay.
actually getting 2 Solus units here. A little bit more difficult. Getting
I
there
think
a little bit
Snack
slower.
did as well. It was only I think Brian that had the one.
Yeah, Brian had 1.
Okay, but I mean,
Tyler
look
on the
how
other
fast these are going anyway.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough to catch up to Brian.
It
It's,
is.
he's,
But
he's going really quick here.
He doesn't have a vase, and Snack does.
Oh,
You
once
forgot.
again. Okay. He does have a key though. So I wonder how much time does he spend looking for this key here, hoping it's the spaces.
I mean,
Oh, but he doesn't have any speed. It doesn't even matter.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't even be able to spaces skip. So he's doing some pillars. That's for sure.
Maybe there's like a white soup and it has speed in it, and he gets really lucky or something. And he can get like 6 speed.
Yeah, I mean Stompers would give him a skip as well, so it's not impossible. But
What would he trade for Stompers here? Shuriken and Quail? Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it's a good trade here.
It's good. It's not like he's losing bans. He has Void Band here for the second run in a row. The only one with it. And Snack is on the moon as well, vase in hand. No one found any of the Void Keys, I believe, unfortunately, on stage 5. So.
Oh, but we see the Void Key right next to Brian here.
Oh, where is it?
The other thing is like, it's right in front of this.
Oh, yeah. And Snack's gonna miss that. And, well, he might see it on the way up with the vase. I don't think he'll stop for it, though. Who knows? Maybe he will.
I mean, he might. If there's a Polyloot in there, it almost... I wouldn't say it doubles your damage, but it makes you bleed a lot stronger.
If he looks down here while
bleed,
vasing, he'll see it. But
yeah.
And he's a little bit. Oh, he tabbed. He didn't see it. It was blurry.
I didn't see it.
All
I
right,
mean, it could be nothing in there. I guess we'll find out in a second here.
Yeah, just waiting for the exploder pools to go away for Brian. Don't greed this. Oh,
just
my
got
God.
another one.
And
there's
it's
nothing in there.
Nope, it's empty. Weirdly enough, I don't know. And there's a bottled chaos for Faku.
Yeah,
someone else found that. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, Snack using the vase as much as they can. Get the bottled chaos procs, get the warhorn procs, and all the good stuff. Maybe they can get some things going.
Yeah, Snack's the only one with a skip. Everybody else is gonna have to do pillars. Damn,
there was an opportunity here. Well, there is a caffeinator because of bottled chaos in the arena right now. And after phase 2, Faku will actually get a little bit of money and could actually use it phase 3. So
that's true, yeah. And nobody found the stage 5 key either, so
no.
Everybody will have the same key on
well, everyone would have found
here.
The same key on the moon anyway, because it's the second stage that it shows up.
Okay, true, yeah. I'm
Oh,
tripping.
God.
Oh,
There's just not a lot of speed. That's the one thing this run doesn't
no.
have in excess compared to everything else. It's just
Snack
speed,
did keep those 2 hoofs from the first stage, though, all the
which
way.
is really good.
Yeah.
And has that
And he's
coil.
tearing through these. Yeah, Brian's slowly doing these mass pillars, and everybody's going to have to do pillars here. I mean, if Snack just has a clean fight, he should take this pretty handedly. I guess we'll see how much time everybody spends on this key that doesn't have really any beneficial item inside of it.
I mean, you
Faku
just
looks like
take
he's
Void
able to get
Scent.
it quickly.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I guess like Suppressive Fire isn't bad for just stunning the ads in phase 2, but I would also like be curious if there were like a fuel cell soup or
Yeah.
something that would just skip pillars easier.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out. Brian is going to be the first one getting over to soup, it looks like. Maybe Faku gets there
Meanwhile,
early.
Snack is almost done with phase 2 of Mithrix already.
At this
Honestly,
point, Snack could get bonus points without
oh
any
yeah.
+5s happening from other people. I mean, just the low speed pillars is such a killer. And, you know, I think Faku printing a couple of Mocha Stage 4 kind of turned out to be a decent play after not having a skip.
All I wish is that he just scrapped for it though, because I'm
Yeah.
but it's like it's fine. It could have definitely been worse.
Oh, Faku getting hit by the pillar off the stage. Let's see, can he time it correctly?
Oh my
He
God.
might +5 here.
He was
I
fine.
think he's going to be okay, right?
Yeah. He
Yep.
barely got his cooldown back at the end. He is getting knocked around by this design pillar. Do not put yourself in between the edge and the pillar.
Yeah.
And there we go. We can actually see the caffeinator getting some use here from Snack, which is actually so
Oh, hell
sick.
yeah.
The Bayos caffeinator.
And now we just got to make sure Snack doesn't take a pizza slice here like last round.
That is the only thing.
On pace. It seems like there hasn't been anything notable at soup. Maybe, is that
Yeah.
a feather there? Nope, that's a Molotov.
Getting Molotov actually from Bottled Chaos using the Warhorn from the vase. Snack is playing this very well and almost done with phase 3. Just has to hold on a little bit more.
And yes, to be clear,
Oh.
Bayos is seated. Everybody will have the same rolls of equipments in a row.
And actually, maybe there's a skip opportunity. I almost got it, but
Yeah.
didn't quite.
It is a little bit tricky though with the capacitor. Oh no, it's not a capacitor. It's an egg for Faku. So, but he's already already finishing.
Oh
the
my
pillar.
God, Snack, don't get hit by BG.
Oh,
Barely dodging those, like almost out of frame. Okay, and there we go. Snack is done with phase
great
4.
run. Oh, what item did Mithrix drop?
Pennies.
Roll of pennies.
Just in case you wanted some more money on your way out, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, almost a sub 30.
No. Actually using the vase just to get through that portal and save time that way. I mean, it's unfortunate that you have to use the vase there, but like it would have lost so much other time to get to another portal anyway, so that was the right call.
Yeah, totally.
Tough.
Brian starting the fight on phase 1. Faku entering as well, and Tyler making his way over to a launch pad. So all three of them are really neck and neck here.
Face difference.
Faku also actually a minute behind real time, having to pause a little bit to fix his stream earlier. So a minute ahead, I guess you could say.
A minute behind, minute ahead was the difference. Truly.
But he's also the only one that has that bleed, so should or no, I'm tripping. Tyler's got the bleed as well.
I would like to see the damage difference here between their builds. I mean, Faku should be doing a lot of damage. He's just getting a little bit beat up right now by Mythix, already half health curse, which is a little bit tough.
Yeah, and you don't want to break those watches here, especially not phase 1.
Definitely.
Tyler
s-
having the most bleed though at 5, so we should be able to get just a few more stacks than Faku here.
We're gonna see Snack finish with like a 340 or something like that, and everyone just has to finish with you know, before like a 35-40 or something to deny bonus points for him. So, or at least one person does, which it looks like
Yeah.
Faku's on pace.
Yep.
With egg as well, you can just get out of the arena pretty quick. But really good job to Snack, 30-40.
Yeah, winning his first ever loadout. Just second loadout into the races.
I mean,
Great
it's
job.
crazy. He would have won last loadout if it wasn't for that +5. He was
Yeah.
like on amazing pace. So very good job. Let's bring him in and tell him that ourselves though. Hey Snack, what up?
That's good.
Good job
You
on the
won.
loadout. Yeah, you won.
Oh yeah.
Big.
Great job.
How was the so did you forget the bleed printer or was that like a choice?
It was a choice. I didn't want to lose, and or what? Was there a scrapper on the stage with the bleed printer? I don't remember.
No.
Mm,
I don't
Yeah,
not
because
that
I didn't
I've
want to
seen.
lose the speed.
Interesting.
I mean, it paid off.
You did win.
And dude, the
Somehow.
capacitor, the caffeinator with the fireworks.
That was pretty cool. You did get well, I think everyone was about the same point, stage 5, but it's the vase. No one else found it. So that really catapulted
Oh.
you in the lead there.
Yeah,
Someone
all
take
3 of the others
Sonars?
did. Tyler accidentally didn't take it, but everybody else did. But yeah, everybody else having to do pillars was just pretty way far behind you. And a lot of good printers this run, so everybody had a strong build. But
Anything good in the wood key?
No.
Oh.
No one found
It
at stage
was,
5, but the one like everyone else found on the moon was just Lysate, Void Scent, and a Bloom. So
Mm.
yeah,
yeah,
less
you
than ideal.
luckily didn't see it. It was kind of like right in front of where the ship would have been. So we were wondering if you were gonna drop down and look for it if you did see it on your way up, but
Nah.
luckily you missed it.
Oh, Brian actually died by the
Brian.
empathy course here from the AWOO gunshot.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Actually
Should be
coming to bite him a little
good.
bit, but he looks okay. Don't shoot it. Don't shoot it. After
He's
phase
shooting
4, you can just kind of ignore them, but if you aggro them, they'll come back and hit you again. Just leave, bud. Man, that was really close. Very, very close.
Oh, and it's gonna take him a while to get to a good portal here.
Faku entering phase 4 at 32. We almost thought you were going to get bonus points here, but you weren't quite fast enough for it.
Mm. That's okay.
Is Brian gonna get to the ship in time?
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah?
have slide
Okay.
with Commander. You're fine.
Okay. Just like, man, he's got no speed, pretty far away. Missed some portals there. Yeah, Faku's looking like on pace to get second here.
Doing the egg strat.
Love to see
Clipping
that.
under. Very, very good. That's the best portal, really.
Yep.
All right, Faku. Oh. Okay.
Oh, unless.
Hopefully we'll end with a 30, 34-20 or something, which is about a minute short of bonus points for Snack. But if Faku
Anything can happen on the ship.
somehow like dies for some reason, I think Snack would get bonus points here. But
I think Brian's gonna be just a couple seconds to block it anyways.
oh yeah, that's true. Just by
He's
a few.
gonna finish at like 35, so
It's like 15 seconds.
um,
Unless he steps out of it or something, but
yeah. Tyler getting on to phase 4. You know, and
Mhm.
Tyler had a clean run, but I think he just played a little bit too passively kind of throughout the whole run.
I think a
get the skip
few mistakes for Tyler as well. Not taking the Sonorous Whispers, not taking the vase.
That's true.
Or the egg, I guess. Those things just add up a little bit.
Yeah, and like you get capacitor there, but capacitor doesn't really synergize with this build. Oh, and Brian is at 40 HP. He just ate a pizza.
Uh-oh. He's
Man,
fine,
this guy
surely.
always makes it interesting.
Okay. All right.
But Faku and Brian all done. Get them in here.
Yep. Hello, both of you. Brian and Faku. GG.
Hello.
So, who got in second there? Faku, right?
Faku, yep.
And then Brian, you got third?
Yeah.
You gotta practice that ship, dude. You're scaring the hell out of me every
Yeah.
time.
Gotta stop God time scaling it, man.
Anyways,
Lock in.
Was there a skip?
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah,
vase on
vase.
stage 3.
Oh fuck's
Oh,
sake,
really?
dude. That would have been a
I was
sub
talking
30.
about the Veos base.
Yeah, you rolled the vase too early, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
That was
unfortunate.
crazy.
Dude, if I had a vase, it would have been sub 30.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Sneck got a 38 without printing any bleed. So,
Dude, it would have been crazy run.
yeah, Brian, why didn't you print bleed? What was up with that?
I did print bleed. I printed 2.
Why didn't you print more? Is
I
the
mean,
question.
yeah.
Oh, 2's enough. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Agree to disagree there, but
Yeah, I mean, moving on.
Now there was a lot of printers that is a waste of time usually. Printers.
well, I mean, you guys
Delicate
got
watches and
saved
that
by the other printers, but I
If
think
you
it was
didn't get a watch and an AP run printer and a Mocha printer right afterward, your run would have sucked. Like you would have just
Yeah.
lost. Like, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, but that being said, you did pretty good
Worked
anyway.
out.
So yeah, I mean, you got all the damage. This was like a perfect run, basically. Like just given to you guys completely.
Now perfect is when you get it from the chest. Now,
Where was that vase at? Oh no.
yeah, where was the base?
Multi-shop near TP. It wasn't the one closest. It was the one
Question
like right
mark?
up on the hill. Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah.
question mark.
Yeah, it was.
Ah, that's
Dude.
crazy.
That's
That's
so crazy.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, that would have been
You
that would have been
got-
such a cool run if it was had the base.
Hello, Tyler.
This
Okay.
guy is mute.
Oh,
muted.
sorry, I was muted. My bad.
Hey, unfortunately, you got fourth on that one. You missed the vase in the multi-shop on stage 3 in the question mark TP.
Oh,
The Sonorous Whispers wasn't a huge buff to everyone else. It gave a few items that were good. I think there was like Infusion, Pennies, and AP, but the Pennies was a little bit late. It was a little bit tough though, seeing you miss it. I was like, oh man, that does suck. But it was the vase. I think that was kind of it. Obviously, everyone saw how many printers there were. I mean, it was quite an incredible run overall for you guys. No one got the stage 5 Void Key. The Void Key on the moon was trash. There was a Bottled Chaos on stage 5 that had like a vase like first roll or something as well as a backup. So if you gunned Awu, if you brought a gun from stage 3 into stage 4, you would have gotten a Sentient Meat Hook. Any other things that someone would have missed, Goji? I think that pretty much covers it. I mean,
no, I think that's it. I mean, I thought the big story of this run was people printing bleed or not, but it turned out to be the vase, and it turned out to just be a lot of other printers getting in the way of it. So
quite an interesting run though. I wish I had this run one of my runs. This is
I mean,
perfect.
I will say though the damage was great, but props to everybody for not dying with low speed.
Correct.
I think it's just difficult to do that, and everybody played really clean, which is nice, especially when you have to do pillars as well. So
I very much appreciate everyone staving off the +5. You know, like very cool to see you guys play so well. Very good job. That is the only second loadout of the day, though. We have 2 more. We have Railgunner up next with Polar Field Supercharge. If you guys are ready, excited? Yeah!
No.
Yeah, everyone's
Whoa.
excited.
Anybody can still win.
That's true.
Yippee!
It does not matter at all at this point. You can still win over the day. So good luck in the loadout, everybody. We'll talk to you guys after. See you soon.
I,
Good luck.
See ya.
I guess.
I'll have a good Railgunner run. All right.
I
Hmm?
was gonna say, man, I kind of hate this loadout.
This
Polar
is
Field?
not a loadout
Yuck.
I would choose. Don't get me wrong.
Supercharge, kind of yuck. I mean, I don't actually mind Supercharge. I think it's kind of nice. It usually like one shots
okay.
bosses once you get a band or a crowbar or something. But
It's all right.
this
It's mine though.
not as easy of a loadout as it might appear, though. You know, I think a lot of people see Railgunner and are like, "Oh, that's easy damage, easy run," but definitely want some speed. AOE doesn't hurt.
You're definitely
And,
suffering from the same problems that the last loadout had, right? Where you're really looking for speed, you're looking for AoE. But you have the advantage of that you don't need single target damage as much, right? It's kind of just in a different way. Like the speed and AoE thing is gonna be a problem, but we'll see. We can already see Snake just going right for TP. It looks like just setting up, getting a syringe right next to TP there. Actually using the polar field. Usually it's funny when we see people play this loadout in the races, we don't actually see too many people actually using the polar field too much. So I hope that people do and are actually cognizant of that. It does give you a little bit of a buff, even if you think it's lame.
yeah.
Snack's actually kind of in a spot right now. One more shot, thank you. Uh-oh.
What?
The polar field does not really protect you against wisps, by the way, because they don't have projectiles,
Yeah.
so careful on that, on what you assume it will help with.
Brian, like every run, picking up his pennies right at the start.
Yep, just has that mapped out beforehand, surely.
Yep. Faku does actually have a wrap, so if he can kind of
Very
come around
good.
the bend there and find that pennies, he's going to be in a really nice spot to farm money throughout the run. And I think he's just going to drop down afterwards and grab that pennies. So
Yeah, he did
love to
mark
see
it,
that
so
synergy. Tyler taking the watch over the pennies there, which is that's a valid play. I think early on in a run like this, it makes more sense to take a pennies when it's going to provide you a lot of economy throughout the whole run. You'll probably find damage in other spots, but see how it turns out for him.
Mainly I'm just looking for everyone to hit their shots on the Vagrant here and not die for some reason to the boss. There's a tree, there's cover and everything, but
I like how Faku's playing it, making sure he deals with all the ads. That way, if he does have to hide behind the tree, he's not going to get hit by
blasted.
someone else. Okay,
that?
that was close. Yeah, and I mean, you can... Well, actually, I don't know about on Railgunner. I was going to say, you can take a full HP blast from the Vagrant.
God, Brian took a full orb after the Vagrant was dead and almost killed him. You gotta watch out, dude.
And everybody opted not to use Supercharged. Oh, I say that, and then I
Yeah.
look down and Tyler was using Supercharge.
Yeah, careful. I do think Tyler could benefit from killing some of the ads here. Some of the wisps are kind of annoying here. I do agree, honestly, with how it's gotten TP. Probably a good idea just to back up. Just use Supercharge now. It's a GG. If he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks to make the decision to go this far, but...
Yeah, I mean...
It saves a +5.
Which is less of a time loss than that, so...
Yeah. Man, I'm not liking Tyler's aim right now. That is
minus watch. It's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to hit orbs. If you're not hitting those, that's it's kind of a bad omen for this survivor. But
Snack is down to 2 HP, greeting some health shrines for money. Hopefully nothing happens. No random
yeah.
wisp. Okay, good. Out with Penny's Wrap, Shuriken, Wisp, and Syringe, which is a pretty good spread of things to have actually here.
Yeah, really good. Brian out as well, just without a wrap, which kind of sucks. I mean, wrap is a really nice item to have on a survivor like this, where you want to be scoped in sometimes. Lets you take a few more small hits.
I mean, especially post DLC, like when half the enemies are, dot damage.
Yep. And everybody's going to be looking for these pots, because if you can get bans on Railgunner, that just means damage isn't a question for the rest of the run.
You say
All
that,
you
and
need to
Snack
worry
is like
about-
shooting pots like he's on a firing range or something. We'll see. I mean, not everyone likes rolling pot. It's hard because there's an ATG printer
Oh,
So-
interesting.
right behind them at spawn. No one turned around except Faku, dude.
Ooh.
Dude, the turnaround tech is crazy.
It's insane.
No one does it. It's very underutilized, but if you can employ it in some of your runs, you can reap amazing rewards.
Yeah, and dude, with this 3.0 proc coefficient on the supercharge, 2 ATGs is
That's-
crazy. Like,
It's 30% chance at firing an ATG at Mithrix with the damage scaling that you have on that ability is absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, that's like one shot damage. It's
Yep.
crazy.
And because, I mean, oh man, if anyone goes for bans, they will see the printer. For the people who don't
Yeah.
want to go for bans, they're not going to go back that way, really. Probably.
I didn't see the second pot location though. The first one was up on the kind of got to push it up a hill a little bit there.
It's not ideal at all. But I don't know where the other one is.
Yeah, I wonder if Faku will end up going back and grabbing a couple more ATGs. I don't think so. Such low speed. But he could get 2 more. He does have a crowbar as well, so it's pretty risky to spend that much time on it. And yeah, Tyler as well, just not doing the turnaround tech.
Man. You gotta.
Oh, unless
Look back. Go back over there.
go a little
Crest
farther.
the hill.
Keep going, Tyler. We're almost there.
Come on, man. I saw it for a frame. Oh, dude.
What a shame.
Well, I mean, it's just a free win for Faku if they can just play normally, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of enemies to dodge. There's no speed on the board yet. I think there's a lot of other ways to save time as well, as far as skips go.
Ooh, there is a ban for Tyler though, on
wow.
in the alley there, which is really
huge.
good, obviously.
Yeah, ban just means you can one-shot every single boss with supercharge, which is really nice.
But man, I mean, look at that. Faku's gonna leave the stage with at least 5 ATGs.
Yeah, if that's what he decides to go do, and
There's
kinda crazy,
3
yes.
ignition tanks. It's kind of crazy because there is a gas and there are 3 ignition tanks on the stage. Like the others who don't find the ATG printer are gonna have some insane AoE for the teleporters for sure.
Tyler's scaring me a little bit here, having to dodge the laser on the Titan.
That's
Looks
all
like
good.
he
He
must have
knows.
missed the sweet spot.
Might have.
Yeah.
And Sneck and Brian are both out to stage 3. This is Treeborn Colony. We haven't seen this one in a little bit. No matter what boss here is going to be one-shotted anyway, so it's fine. Faku did not print more ATGs.
More.
Wow.
I don't hate that play. I mean, he doesn't have speed.
I don't hate it
totally
either. I'm
cuts
just
him out.
like, I'm surprised a little bit. Like, I feel like it could have gone either way. Like, you could convince me like 50-50 that each play is good, but and there's a gas printer too for all those ignition tanks. But I don't know, it's tough. I mean, I think they probably just think, hey, I have enough damage. I do have double ATG. I could just win with this right now. I don't actually need any more
Yeah.
I could go fast enough where I could just win. Just totally fair.
Get intent bobble out of the void cradle on stage 3.
Not going to be a
Trying to be
huge
quick.
impact, yeah. So it's there. It's in the build for sure.
Yeah. This stage 3. It's kind of hard to play. There's a lot of spots where you can like easily fall off the map. But I think for Gauntlet, it's actually a very strong stage 3. It's very compact. The item
Very
density
small.
is very high. There's usually a lot of equipment try shops. I think the tough thing is you can get Xi constructs.
With multi-shops and printers, they're often on the routes, which just throw off the map. I don't even know if that Mocha printer is safe there to get.
When we see Faku loading up his supercharge, but something else had already procced an ATG, so it just one-shot the Clay Dune Strider by itself.
Yeah, I mean...
Crazy.
That's
damage. You have the double
damage.
crowbar as well. I mean, it's pretty good.
Faku just zooms right now. They're just looking for a skip.
I mean, let's not forget though, Tyler does have the Ice Band, and I think Ice Band is similarly as strong as something like 2 ATGs is. Very
It depends,
consistent damage.
right? It's dependent on like how lucky you get in the Mithrix fight, honestly.
Well, yeah, that's the big
But
issue
I agree with
ATG
you.
is ATG does not hit its target. Like,
no, I think a lot of people really look at ATG through like you know, a really like a perfect world type lens, like a very idealistic item. Like, oh, it's gonna proc all the time, and then when it procs, the ATG missile is gonna hit the thing I was shooting at. It's like, no, not really. If you watch the missiles, they usually just hit the ground a lot of the time or hit the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, but
and that's why it's like you do the math and it's like, oh, it's a 10% chance for 300% damage. Like, that's just 30% more damage, but that's not the case. Like,
over the course of a stage, maybe, but then it depends. Like, were you using the attack that you wanted to use every attack, and then blah blah blah, and then it goes like down some rabbit holes.
The last layer of it is how much of the time is that damage when you need it. You know, if you proc an ATG on an enemy that is 5% HP, that doesn't matter. So there's a lot of times where it isn't as helpful as you'd like it to be. Whereas Band,
you can
have
control
a lot of
it
agency over when you're doing that damage.
And that's why, like, any item that has like as much agency as Band has, like that has like cooldowns that you can control on like certain activation, will always just be so strong. And meanwhile, Snack is the first one to Siren's Call. I can't believe we got another Siren's Call today. That's crazy.
Beautiful
no
stage.
Abyssal today, actually. Just Siren's Call and Grove.
Man, it is funny because Siren's Call is such like a beautiful stage. Like, I think aesthetically it's one of my favorites. But I have just grown to despise this stage because of the enemy pool, the lack of items, getting around on it, just everything about the actual gameplay is so aggravating that it's like taken away all the beauty from me. Like, my heart has grown cold.
It's so bad. Like, I could write a thesis paper on why this map is the worst of all of them.
Ooh,
and especially like, oh god, okay. Especially the DLC, you know, like when you have Sailstar and you're like, man, I want to get a legendary chest, and then Awu shows up and it's like, too bad. And you're like, oh, okay, my bad. My bad. Or in normal runs for most people. Not really in the gauntlet kind of scenario, but...
And it's even tough because Awu is such an exciting concept. And then you just play E8 and you're like, well, maybe not.
And maybe it sucks.
Yeah. But, oh, snack. Okay, he gets out of there.
Oof. Another 10 bubble for everyone who picked it up as well from the teleporter, which is everybody. So another 10 bubble from TP.
And I will say, once you get a couple 10 bubbles and you have that 3.0 proc coefficient, if you get a fire band, it's actually not bad. But
yeah, you can kind of just, you know, stick them in it. It's tough though, because like, you know, if you have just the other special, you can just use that for Fireband, but we just don't have that today, obviously.
Nope.
But so you gotta make do what you got.
Oh, Brian, down to 4 HP there for a second. Really has to be careful here.
Really utilizing that lantern, surely. Oh god. Yeah, the
That's a
worm
plus
just
5.
chased him down, honestly. Honestly, actually could have used the polar mine to stop
Yeah.
the worm orbs from hitting him. Unfortunate plus
Yeah, and
5.
I think Brian's being very lazy about how he's strafing larva here. He's really not doing those tight circles enough and just trying to outrun them. And if you don't have movement speed, you can't outrun a larva. That's just
No.
the way the enemy works. You have to run a really tight circle. And
I was thinking
almost
about
missed
it like
punching there.
a corkscrew type pattern.
Yeah. Which it's difficult because that's not how you strafe all the other enemies. So trying to balance that strafe pattern with the other bigger circles that you might be doing it can be tricky, but
Yeah.
got to stay disciplined about it.
First one to stage 5 is actually Faku, unsurprisingly, actually.
And what printer did Faku just ping? It's all in Spanish, so I can't read it, but
Ping again, I could probably decipher it.
I thought it might have been a red whip. Maybe it just wasn't even a printer. Okay, it wasn't even a printer. I'm tripping. But there was a band there. I was like,
yeah.
I thought I saw a band. I thought I saw a red whip.
Nice band and multi-shop. Everyone should find it. And then there's a
Oh,
vase
and
right
there's a
next to the
vase.
band. Yeah.
Okay, so he's
Beautiful.
gonna take the band.
There's just like a nice little combo pack there for him.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah, because
everyone
without the
finds that.
vase, you consider like, man, maybe I take the red whip to save me a bunch of time on the moon.
On the moon,
But
yeah. Nope, that's free and easy.
yeah, I love where Faku's at this point. I mean, he could potentially have like a 25-minute run if he plays his cards right here.
Oh, I think so.
Sounds like a great prediction, actually.
Yes. Unsurprisingly, no one's really gone for Awu here. It would have been nice to see, like, maybe someone get like a really good chunk of damage on it with Supercharge or something, but like it just takes too long with the Loadout. It's not enough damage to one-shot. There's a Shadow Spin from Stage 5 TP, by the way, which is not really going to do anything here. They'll get one extra bleed every now and then, but,
It's such a funny item on Railgunner because it's like you can proc it every single time, but you just can't proc it fast enough to really use it.
Yeah. You can, but you won't.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Occasionally it's fun if you get like a couple predatories and you're using like the other M1. It can be decent. But not gonna do much here, and the AoE doesn't really matter at this point either. So, and yeah, I wonder what's gonna be in that void chest next to Faku as well. Potential for Polyloot, Plasma Shrimp.
Dude. Like his run.
Do you take Plasma Shrimp here?
I don't know.
I mean, I think you do. It's just such consistent damage. You have the band already as well.
So, disregarding Supercharge, I would take the Plasma Shrimp. But considering that it's a 30% chance for ATGs,
yeah,
it could, it's a gamble, but it has the chance to get you that, really, really easy phase for Mithrix.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's tough.
Man, it's a hard play. It's also phase 2, those ATGs are going to be really nice as well. They're going to really quickly just let your shots. Oh, another band as well.
That's beautiful for Faku.
Nice band too. Wow.
Spotting that. That's crazy.
All right, we don't even know what's going to be in there. Let's see what it is.
Please be a Polyloot. There's a Uke printer right next to it.
I was going to say, is it?
It's last year's lenses.
And
okay.
it's Void Crit.
And that's another +5 for Brian, actually, getting caught in the side of the wall. That might have been another worm death as well. These worms are kind of causing him problems. He really needs to use that polar field. And Faku on the moon, just really zooming. I love
Faku, smart here, not using his vase. I think the threshold is about 2.5 speed is where it's going to be slower to use vase and then wait for the cooldown up at the end of the tunnel.
And another +5 for Brian because of that worm. Man.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're Brian, it's really hard to kind of reset and feel like you have a chance here.
Yeah, because it is
You know, with these
Railgunner.
survivors like Railgunner, Loader, the fast ones, you understand that a +5 means if somebody else is a clean run, you're probably not catching up to them. So hopefully you can reset. He's still in a good position for the entire race, sitting in second place with 4 points. So, you know, fourth place isn't the end of the world for him right now.
Got to do some worm practice after this one. And I was curious about
Yeah.
the vase threshold as well. I was like, it can't always be worth it, you know. So
No, I could be slightly wrong, but I believe 2.5 speed is the
oh,
threshold where you
Faku.
want to save your base.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
He's gonna be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like the slow fall like right in front of it. Oh my god, would have been crazy. +5 for Tyler as well. That is super unfortunate. I didn't see what got them. The deaths are kind of pouring in on Helmut here, though.
Oh, that's some damage coming out from Faku. And
Yeah.
that wasn't even an ATG or anything. That's just how much his supercharge is doing with the crowbars and the bands.
Really using the polar field there very well in between him and Mithrix. So he slows down a little bit so he can get an extra shot or two in.
Yep. He's going to use the supercharge and go straight into phase 2. Yeah, this is going to be a really quick run from Faku here.
Unfortunately, we'll have to probably engage with Pizza at least once, unless he gets an amazing ATG, but we could see phase 3 just get one shot, honestly.
It's a 30% chance, like, low-key.
The thing is,
Mithrix
is going to jump right away after the first supercharge, so the ATG is going to retarget something else on the map, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess it depends if he gets those exploders that spawn right at the beginning of the phase.
A lot of RNG layers here.
Yeah.
And it looks like everyone else is now on the moon, but to catch up with Faku is going to be tough. He's just waiting for this band here. He's supercharging 1 second till band. Not wanting to shoot that one. Got it.
Kind of a sick shot there. That was really difficult.
Good good trigger control on that, because I think a lot of people might have just slammed it and just missed when he was sprinting. Hoping for an ATG here. He could get a he's waiting for a phase 4 skip actually. He was actually using Tenebobble there. Oh, and missing the supercharge. It's not going to cost him too much time.
Yeah.
Missing the phase 4 skip though, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to wait. Oh, ATG cost him the skip. Man. That's tough.
That's why we say don't pick up ATG. That's lose your time.
That's what Goji always says. It's going to be an easy supercharge win here though.
Yep.
Not even needing it. Just going for actually, I think wanting to keep the M1 so he can get into a portal if he needs to after the phase or something. I think it would have been pretty equal though. But
yeah. And I mean, at this point, he's getting first.
Snack didn't find the vase.
Oh no.
That's tragic.
This is such a big deal. This could lead to bonus points for Faku.
I mean, Faku is done. He's gonna be done at like 23:20. That's a time.
That's a really good time.
Meanwhile, you know, we see Brian and Tyler both with +5s, so they're already giving bonus points if Snack can't catch up. Snack has to finish the fight and be on the ship in 5 minutes. Is that doable? With that, pillars aren't even started yet.
Snack doesn't have a band. He doesn't have ATGs. He's got 4 watches and a crowbar, which is really good. Like
Snack missed everything in stage 5 that was important.
I don't think it's
happening.
Faku here.
No. Well, that's what Faku needed. Faku did need those bonus points, so
yeah, I mean, Faku's gonna jump into probably first place after this loadout.
It's definitely possible. That's what I mean. We said at the start of every like loadout, like anything can happen. Anyone could still win. Like, you know, so really good job for Faku. That was amazing.
Yeah, just a clean run. Great job recognizing his situation, just taking advantage of it with those ATGs.
And just zooming. Hey, Faku.
Hey.
Hello.
You won?
Hello?
Nope.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, you won, yeah. So
I
you
mean,
employed an insane strategy in your run that no one else did.
really
You
finding the base.
turned
Oh, wow.
around, yeah,
Oh,
and you saw the ATGs, which was insane.
oh, the
Um,
ATG.
no one turned around and no one else saw it. So congrats, you got the printer.
Holy.
You also got the vase. Two other racers got the vase as well, but Snack's kind of in a
Dude, what is
position
Snack
here.
doing here?
He's stuck on this rock. He can't get off.
Wait, this is so funny.
So Snack did that wrong.
Oh, he's not getting back there. No.
You got to remember that the M1 pushes you away from where you're looking, and he was looking towards the spot he wanted to go. So he had to shoot backwards, right? He could have made that. Oh, Snack, man. You're not getting up this.
Maybe
Oh,
the
no.
supercharge does it.
No. You got to. I mean,
I mean, he's taking a +5 here.
that's.
He's got no way to kill the fall damage either if he falls down. I mean, supercharge will
mean-
help a little bit, but
Oh, dude.
hurts to watch. Yep.
Yep.
And pressing F, understanding what's happening there. And that's guaranteed bonus points for you now, Faku.
Let's go. I was
Yeah.
about to ask them any bonus points.
You
Yeah.
might get double bonus points. No, actually, you're not.
Nah.
Sorry. Tyler's already done. I looked away at Snack staving off a little bit of fall damage and missed Tyler's entire fight, so I'm sorry, Tyler.
But
Really good
at
job,
the end
though.
of the day, I don't think that +5 is really going to matter for Snack. I don't think he's going to be able to finish
No.
faster than Tyler's going to finish here.
Or
so.
slower than Brian, probably. Oh
Yeah.
my.
Brian.
that was a very questionable vase.
Man, the thing is, I get it though. When you get to this point in a run where you've +5s like 6 times, you just stop thinking straight. It's like your mind just becomes blank and like you just go for the shortest possible solution to every
Oh,
problem.
Snack taking a +5 immediately, though.
Oh.
But Tyler,
Okay, yeah, that's.
yeah, Tyler does come in
I mean,
and block double bonus points for you, Faku, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
Damn.
you get one.
But I mean, you're going to
I
be
think
in
those-
the position to unseen hand your way into a victory today, though. You're not in
Yeah.
a bad
Nah.
spot at all.
Brian and Snake only play Seeker. So
Yeah, that is true. So I did like almost a short interview with Sneck 2 days ago, just asking about like what he's comfortable with, what he's scared of, and he said he's specifically very comfortable with the Seekers of the Storm survivors.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Hey, Tyler.
Hello.
Nice second place.
yeah, good job.
Good job.
Okay.
You stopped Faku from getting double bonus points, so good job.
Damn.
What the fuck?
So at stage 2, if you spawned in and just turned around, you know, the tech, you would have seen an
Yeah, with the
ATG
barrel?
printer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the main difference. There were a couple bans on stage 5. I don't know if you got all of them. There was one up
I got
top.
the fire ban.
Okay. And then there was one like near the base, which, yeah. And then there was another ice
Fireband was
band
near the
up
base.
top.
Yeah, the ice band was up top.
That little like
Yeah.
tower that hangs above everything. But other than that, you did fine. Let's bring in Brian. Hey, Brian.
Yo,
Hey, man.
Yo, what up? Tough run, but we
Uh,
got there. You missed something, I'll say.
I love how they shoves 2 bands in my face and a vase after I die the next stage. I thought that was funny. But yeah, what's up?
So at stage 2, if you would have turned around on spawn, you would have seen an ATG printer.
Mm.
Yummy.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Faku kind of got some of those and zoomed the hell out of the stage. So
Yeah,
was
which
the-
goes to show. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry.
okay.
I mean, it goes to show Faku made a good play just taking 2 ATGs and going fast. I think absolutely worked out for him there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have had like 5 at least leaving that stage, but you were just like, I could just win with what I have, and I'm gonna just win it. So and you
Yeah, I
did.
was thinking going back, but no. That's like 3 minutes.
It does take a long time.
Yeah, all eyes on Snack right now. He's got to make it through the fight without plus 5ing 2 or 3 more times, I would say, which should be pretty doable. But not a lot of speed. Not any speed.
Oh, Tyler found a feather. I don't actually think anyone else had that.
Oh. Oh yeah, where was
Oh.
that?
We'll never know.
It's probably stage 3.
It
There
was
was a
on
lot of
stage
chests.
4 key box. Feather.
Oh, interesting.
Ah,
Nice. The key is such an interesting item because like it could have absolute dog shit or it could have like the best item in the game and no one wants to actually take the time to find it to find out which it is usually.
I saw it from stage 4DB, but it was too far away.
Fair.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those items that you don't think about when you pick it up. You're just like, okay, I have this. I'll find it at some point. And it helps.
It definitely can. Hopefully that Gubo stays alive long enough in phase 4 for Snek here just to have a super fast phase 4. It didn't.
I think it.
Now he has to wait for supercharge. Oh.
Oh, the
There you go. The
and,
warped echo
yeah,
for
warped
Mythrix may
echo.
take more damage, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
So this is gonna be a tight finish here. We're gonna have Faku at 6 points, Snack at 6 points, Brian at 5 points, Tyler trailing a little bit behind at 3, I think. But I think anybody will still be able to. Anybody will be able to come back and take the day here. It's anybody's game.
Difficult, but doable.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I almost did it. What, last week?
Dude,
with
you had the
pack?
perfect run for it, man. The
was
full
so-
comeback.
You know, I mean, people thought the double bonus point last fourth quarter win is impossible, but
It's not.
It's possible. It's definitely doable. So, you know, don't lose hope, Tyler.
Okay.
Goji had the absolute perfect run. And
Yeah.
then
One little +5 lost me it,
one
but I would
one little
have had the win.
that one will haunt my dreams. Just letting you know. Let's bring in Snack on the ship, I think. Hey Snack, keep charging the ship. Just wanted to bring you in.
Alright.
How was the run overall? I think you got
It was
third,
pretty
by the
good.
way.
Was there a skip?
There was.
There was a base.
So if you spawned in to stage 5 and turned left, there was a band in a multi-shop and also a vase right next to it. So it's like a little nice care package. There was another band on stage 5 on the tower that kind of floats out in the open above. And there was an ATG printer on stage 2 if you turned around on spawn. Yeah. So
Missed a lot.
A little bit. It was mostly the skip cuz yeah, but and man, that death was tragic.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I was trying to
pretty
figure
funny,
out a
I
way to
can't
get
lie.
up. Like, it gave me hope by catching me. I was like, oh, I can get up. And I just realized I couldn't.
When you were trying to go to the rock from the little like other rock, you were aiming at it. You should have been aiming backwards so you can get the push.
Oh, yeah.
I think you would have made it, honestly.
I probably would have.
It was really close, but I mean it was a fun moment anyway for
Yeah.
you know, despite the pain of it. Anyway, not too bad. I don't really think anyone had any super specific items that run besides the feather of the lockbox from Tyler, which was pretty cool. But overall, it was pretty clean ATG from Faku bans about on stage 5. There was another ban stage 2. I don't know if everyone else found that or who did or who didn't. It was kind of in the alleyway there. And the vase. So that was the run. There were a few things mixed in, but overall not too bad. Not a ton of speed, but about a couple drinks. And anyway, we go into Seeker, our final loadout of the day. This is really close here, actually. We have everyone kind of close on points. So, and it currently is a tie between Faku and Snuck right now in the standings. So good luck, everybody. We'll see you after the next loadout. Have fun.
Good luck.
Bye, guys. Good luck.
And chat's right. There are 3 different first places that we're looking at out of all of the loads today.
Yeah. Maybe
Very
Tyler makes
exciting.
it 4.
Yeah, hey. Double bonus point. Tyler last quarter win, dude.
I want to see it. That'd be pretty hype. Also, he could still tiebreak, you know?
That is true.
There's a lot of potential for tiebreakers here. Depending on how people feel about that. Some people love the tiebreaker, some people don't love it, but I think
all
it'd
the
be fun to see.
all the people watching love the tiebreakers.
That's true.
All the people
I will
playing
say-
are like, I have to do another loadout right now. Like,
As a racer, like when you think you lost and then you find out it's a tiebreaker, you're like, man, I don't know if I have this in me. It's just so exhausting playing 4 loadouts and having a 5th afterwards is like, it's
that's
tough,
a lot.
man.
Yeah.
But man, already we see Brian taking advantage of the Sojourn tech where you can go through a blood shrine with Sojourn on and not take any damage.
Everyone
he's
should be
gonna-
doing this constantly. For void cradles, for health shrines, anything that costs health, you should be doing this. It's free, right? Like you are invincible. So look at Brian's money. He already has $154. Now he can actually play the shrine, which, you know, most times he probably wouldn't, and maybe get something cool out of it. Like a daisy. See? It's already plenty of value.
Dude, and it's funny because like I would say for the most part, Seeker isn't a strong survivor. But because you can get this much gold, whenever you see a blood shrine, it becomes a strong survivor. So because you can just get so much more items than other survivors would get, you have this ability that's pretty unique, which comes from a bug, I think. I assume it's not intended.
I don't know, actually. You would think, but
it ends up being this really cool attribute of the survivor that kind of balances her out, where she'd feel really underwhelming without it, I think. I think the other thing we want to look out for on this run is taking advantage of roll of pennies.
Soulbound Catalyst. Sorry. Yeah, roll of pennies.
No, I meant to say wrap.
Okay.
But if you have a wrap, you can negate a lot of the damage from Sojourn, which means you could use Razor Wire. Noxious Thorn with a bunch of wraps is actually very strong. Bands become very strong. So there's a lot of cool builds if you just get like 2 wraps. People will definitely be looking for that.
It is one of the more unique builds in the game that we've seen. Just getting wraps to negate Sojourn damage, becoming invincible, and charging up like this bomb, essentially.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It happens quite often, actually, whenever we see Seeker in one of these. It's like, there's always like some wrap printer. It's like sent by God just to ordain the run, you know? Like here we go. Like, get the bomb build. I would like to... Oh, no. Okay. That's fine.
Oh.
Fuck is fine. Got blasted off by a wisp, but had the hand to reset fall damage. Or fall momentum.
Yeah, if you just get like 1 band and 2 wraps, you're golden. Like you have enough.
Same thing after the tie. Everyone's just getting thrown off. That's funny. But Seeker has so many ways to stop fall damage too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It's like it's a different kind of like starter kit of items that you need for this character, but it's interesting at the same time.
Yeah. It is tricky though, because if you don't get any wraps and you don't get good burst damage, you're looking at a survivor that really struggles to output damage. You have to be close to your enemies. You have to be hitting your shots. It's tough. So we'll see how it plays out. Already one wrap on the board, so
Yeah, and it's not everyone has it. It's only for Snack and Tyler right now. So
yeah.
if the others don't find it, they're behind a pretty reasonable measure here.
Hmm.
And everyone, like, you can tell what everyone thinks about this character, the fact that no one has left the stage yet.
Definitely.
Yeah, because, like, we would have seen, like, 2 people be on next stage with Rogan already, and we did last run. But, you know, sometimes you just have a character like, I want stuff. Like, I want to make sure that I have items. Ignition tank.
Yeah, you need to have items that work as like a contingency if you get to stage 3 and 4 and you don't have ways to deal damage. Like, you're going to be struggling with the survivor, really struggling.
This tank printer is interesting because we have a soulbound. And I'm not like
Oh,
holding out too
true.
much hope here, but it would be really cool if we got like an FMP build or something.
Yeah? You think so? You excited about that?
I think so. I think that would be kind of cool, Goji.
Wow, I just never took you for the kind of guy that would get excited about an FMP build. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. This stage 2 is also kind of a little bit rough because it does have a lot of tanky items, and we do have a Halcyon Shrine here too, which is kind of interesting. We didn't get one stage 1, so we're probably going to see everyone play that and take the green portal out of here. But we do have Scorch Worms, a lot of Golems and stuff, and we just don't have any damage items yet, right?
No, I mean, there's a little bit of damage on Brian. You get some more attack speed, more boss damage, but
for like the
nothing
average enemy is
crazy.
just a syringe.
Yeah.
So, which already like your main damage isn't your M1, right? Rather, it is right now, but you know it won't be later, I guess. Cause it's just like
Oh, and there is a blood shrine tucked up in the corner on this stage as well. Actually, I don't know if everybody will find this.
Who did
But if you
find
look
it?
at Faku's screen, he's gonna find it in just a second.
Oh,
Yep, there you
nice.
go.
Dude, you always have to check the toes on this map.
You always gotta check the toes.
The toes
That's what
have
you
so
always
much
check.
loot. Yeah. I mean, it's gotta go over there. There's always something tucked in between the big toe and some like the middle toe, you know. Gorex is not bad. It's okay. So another printer here is a key. I don't think anyone's gonna go into that one. There's a little bit of speed for Tyler on the stage and Snack. They have pretty similar builds, those two. It looks like Tyler's not going after the House of Night Shrine. I think it's just like they're reflecting that their damage is pretty
Let's look at
poor.
Brian real quick. He's in a sketchy spot right now. 27 HP
Ooh.
fighting this Halcyon.
This thing is tanky as well. They don't have any damage to kill it. There's nowhere to drop it off the map either, so
no,
they have to deal with it. Honestly, I would actually go after the Shrine of the Woods right next to him. It's one of those situations where it's just you lose money, but like you got to be careful in situations like this as well because this thing can hit through walls. Oh, that could have hit him. He's got to be careful. That poke that the Halcyon does, it's not very telegraphed.
Spawn next to him as well.
Uh-oh.
The one stage 2 that can just have elders, it's very scary.
And let's see what the Halcyon Shrine gave. The little gift.
It's
speed.
Speed, not bad.
Not bad at all. It did take a lot of time though.
Yeah, and speed isn't quite as important on Seeker as his other survivors.
Snek is fulfilling my dream.
There we go.
Going to the ignition tank.
This is probably just the right play. You've just got a bunch of, you know.
Yeah, if you get a gas, then it's great.
Yeah.
Which is something you want anyway, so.
Yeah, and as much as the FMP build is like kind of a pipe dream, you know, if you get that, you're in this amazing spot. And it doesn't hurt you to, you know, open yourself up to that opportunity later in the run.
I agree.
As unlikely as it is.
Something that I didn't really consider going into this run, but if someone is really, really slow on their meditation minigame, it might actually lose them a lot of time during the run over the course of the entire run, doing it many, many times over.
Yeah. I mean, I think meditate is just people don't really use it
Yeah.
for the most part. Like if you have an extra second to do it, you'll do it. But for the most part, people aren't aiming to like really get all 7 stacks of what's it called, Serenity. I think maybe during the Mythics fight, try to get it up if you can. You have a little bit of extra downtime. But I'd be surprised if people are relying that for extra damage throughout the run. Honestly, I think what I found myself doing more than anything is just pulling it up, spamming my keys, and getting a little bit of barrier from it, but not
Yeah,
actually
I've done that
using it for
too.
what it's trying to do.
Just slamming it instantly and
Yeah,
just
and
like
sometimes you still get it. Sometimes you hit the god roll.
yeah. Oh, a quail on Sneck as well, which is really good. The more speed to get them through stages, the better. I'm surprised to see Faku still on stage 2 here, though. I mean, the teleporter is ready, but he's just looting a bit more. Looks like. Especially how fast like Faku went last run. I think it goes to show his comfort level with Railgunner versus Seeker here.
Yeah. Whereas somebody like Sneck or Brian, some of the newer,
It's Bloom run.
that's a maneuver. I don't hate that. I think
Okay.
Seeker's a survivor that like you have some built-in mobility. You have some built-in ways to not take damage. You know, you can just get a couple reds and be chilling.
I'm
And
totally
also
down for
they
that.
already have a couple good damage items that could build into strong reds as well.
Okay.
Of course, immediately finding the gas afterwards.
Oh, that's painful. Well, we already see 2 out of 4 of our racers take Bloom. I think they're all just gonna take it. It's just one of those things where I think if you get Headset or Drone Man or whatever, you're just wanting to roll into it, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'll be interested to see how people itemize around having Bloom. I mean, when you get a Bloom like stage 3, you're only going to reroll so many of your items. And at that point, you kind of want to prioritize what type of items do I want to pick up to make sure that the items I want to get rerolled get rerolled. So something like Sneck picking up the man, I can't remember this item for the life of me. The silly
Warped
item that
Echo?
gives you more curse. Warped Echo. It's like picking up Warped Echo there doesn't seem like a great play. You're picking up an item that might just turn into like an alien head later, which isn't bad, but alien heads don't win your run.
it's tough. It's really tough because there's several schools of thought you can have on it depending on what run you have, right? If you have a run that's going to turn most of your items, okay, well then you want to either pick up items that have good like categories, because Bloom only upgrades into that category type, right? So if I'm going to pick up a damage item, it's only going to become a damage green and then a damage red. But if I'm not want to pick up a Bungus or something just to get a Nukahanas, right? That's just a waste of my time. On the other hand, if your build is dependent on certain white items, and you're like, I really need to keep these, then it's like, okay, maybe I will just pick up the Bungus so I can just have a chance at getting a Nukahanas instead of losing my speed or my rep. So it's kind of hard to choose which you're in runs like this, I think. But in this one, they're just going to go after the reds. They want to get the big red. They want to get the big win item. So they should just pick up damage items usually. Maybe some utility, but definitely not healing.
And I think it's telling of everybody's approach to the run as well, how they play this. Oh, not a big
wings
damage tick there. Oh,
for Snack, out of a multi-shop at the very top of the map.
But we see Faku in first place, tied for first place on the leaderboard. Maybe not the most comfortable on this survivor, and just decides like, I want to play something safe. I want to play something consistent. I want to let other people make mistakes here. Sneck, on the other hand, having talked to Sneck is very comfortable with these newer survivors. Has spent a lot of time grinding them out, and is also somebody who's very comfortable playing fast and aggressive runs. Being a speedrunner. Other fun fact about Sneck. He's colorblind.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
he told me sometimes he'll miss chests because of or he'll misinterpret items because of color blindness. So I don't know if I've seen it come up today, but he said that's his excuse he'll use every once in a while when he misses a red item thinking it's green.
It's kind of a shame that there's no colorblind setting for items and stuff in this game, and I'm surprised that there isn't a mod for it, unless there is. But
I feel like there's got to be.
huh?
Yeah,
Maybe
it would be funny seeing next screen being like reds are purple and greens are orange or something. I don't know.
if there is a colorblind items mod, let me know. Otherwise, I'll maybe request that one be made. But that's a good point.
Yeah,
That is
definitely.
like that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
There is cool. All right. Anyway, so we saw Brian get an afterburner. Okay, so the way Bloom works in this, by the way, Bloom is seated, by the way, but oh god, Snack is in a tough spot here, dude. Bloom is seated, but it's based on a list that is generated upon picking up the Bloom. So if you don't have certain items that are on that list, you're not going to get the upgrade from it, right? So like if the first item on the list is like, hey, it will upgrade any ATGs that you have in your inventory, and I have an ATG and Goji doesn't, I'm gonna get that upgrade. But if I don't, I'm gonna just get pushed on to the next couple items in the list, whatever items I have that apply, and that's how it works. But if I pick up an ATG later, I am going to get that afterburner on the next stage or something like that. So it does round out to everyone having, you know, as close of a seating on their items as we can get. But it and that's a death for a Snack. That's tragic. Right at the end of the boss fight too. But if you don't loot, then you know that's how it is with the Bloom. And when Faku, okay, good. I was gonna say Faku is the Bloom enjoyer.
Yeah.
So while Faku has played this a little bit slower than Snek has, he's not 5 minutes behind. So he's looking to snag a place ahead at this point, at least.
And Brian's not out of the fight either. I mean, he kind of does need Tyler to get second place if he wants to actually win or tiebreak here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely possible.
I mean, Tyler is doing very well right now.
Yep. Yeah, meanwhile, Snack and Faku, they're just looking for that. If one of them get first or second place, I think that will do it for them. So Snack's I think Snack just really has to play clean here and not push things too far and, you know, hope other people get some bad rolls.
Not let this +5 affect them too much. Brian, by the way, is on stage 5 with 2 runic lenses.
Oh, wow.
A scorpion. Yeah. I don't know what those are from. Meanwhile, Snack got to stage 5 with a Dios, which came a little bit late. Got the afterburner from the Gome. Stage later just picked it up a little bit later or something.
Mm-hmm.
But runic lenses are definitely damage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very solid. I mean, you gotta like where Brian is over everybody else right now. We'll see what happens with Tyler though. And he could get similar stuff. Oh
no. Jesus. That was
man.
I've never seen life flash in front of someone's eyes like that. That was anyway. Also afterburner, everyone has it. It's very, very good for Seeker. There is no excuse to die to pizza in this run, to be honest.
I mean, you have a key that just makes you invulnerable.
And you have 3 of them, you know? Like, it's
and a wrap printer on Snack's screen.
What did I say? Ordained run. That's incredible.
So I mean,
Snack's the only one that found it.
Of these. Yeah, you take 3 of them and you hope you don't lose your wraps here and you go quick. Because there's a good chance other people don't find that.
Very, very good trade. I mean, everyone kind of just wants to go to TP with their Afterburner and get out of here, right? Especially Brian with the runic lenses. He's like, he's not thinking about anything else. There is another wrap available for Tyler though, so even if he doesn't find the third one from the printer, he still has a little bit longer uptime than some of his other opponents at the moment. But
That's true. It also depends of what healing people have. Having a little bit of healing is actually very nice on these wrap builds. Otherwise, you are going to slowly lose some HP.
wow, this is a very interesting run. Hopefully, Snet can make up his 5 minutes here, but it's tough, man. I always like to see a new racer get the win of the day. But even regardless, even if whatever happens, Snack did amazing today, especially for his first time racing on the stream. So very, very good job.
Yeah, I mean, tell you, with the test we did to see if Snack could be a racer, he beat every single other racer, including the likes of like Zinc, I think. So he's got a lot of potential, and just amazing being able to perform at this level in his first race.
Very, very impressive. Brian is on the moon. Got a quail and a band, actually. I don't know if those were rolls from Bloom or not, but he has them, so.
And the band must not have been, right?
Yeah, because it's like the 4th back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know then where the band was from.
Which is very interesting, because if Snack can find that band before he leaves, I mean, that's going to be
Tyler
crazy
plus
damage.
5s. I think that was a Scorchworm death there, or a child.
That's
Look
massive.
at this! Faku found the encrusted key. It was next to the legendary chest on stage 4, right in that little like divot.
Oh wow!
Safer spaces. So that's nice.
But man, Faku's playing slow.
I think actually, I take that back. I don't really think safer space is really even beneficial here, is it? Because you're gonna break it with your Sojourn, and you have invincibility constantly whenever you want it. I don't think there's anything else really in there though.
So the band was the TP item. Snack's in here with three wraps, band, and enough healing to keep his HP up. So if he can get through to the moon with all those items, like, his damage is ridiculous. I'd like to see him just leave here.
He's doing a little bit more.
Like kind of time to gamble, but we'll see.
I mean, having the wings is really nice. He can get up a little bit faster, faster than Brian did. I really hope that. Oh,
and a focus crystal printer.
That's.
I mean,
that's damage.
But how many do you take?
I mean, it's taking everything he wants. Minus wrap, minus AP, minus speed, minus more speed. Man.
The speed isn't a big
minus
deal.
Opal is fine.
Just a reminder, the shift isn't going faster from movement speed.
As long as he just spends more time in the shift. Both wraps gone. He's gonna have to re-up on the wraps after this, so he's looking to go into both here, basically in his build. That was like a really tough printer though. It did not like him.
Oh, but getting a high roll immediately out of the wrap printer.
Oh, really good job. And should be out. Looting more, though. I mean, not looking for loot.
This surprises me.
This does me as well. Greedy.
I mean, I don't know what you're looking for here.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be 5 minutes ahead of Faku at this point. It seems like Brian is going to have such a slow fight here that people might catch up to him.
Thing is, Runic Lens isn't really going to do anything until phase 3, so he really only has what for damage right now?
Snack keeps everything. He keeps everything he needs.
Yeah,
he has 7 focus crystals, 3 wraps, band. He's got healing.
Well, we knew the Scorpion and the Runic Lens were coming.
Yeah. So what I want to see Snack do right now is shift his way all the way up to the arena, charging up a shift. That way making it so he can hold it when Mythic spawns in and get a huge band procced. I think that's kind of ideal here.
If he can hold it. Tyler's on the moon as well. I got the Dios and the Scorpion. Missed out on the Runic Cleanse though. I mean, it was one more roll away from it, but
Oh yeah.
just needed that. It's that Baldrin, I think, that turns into it as well. So
Baku's scaring me here though. Down to 140 HP. Lots of enemies around.
really
struggling to
needs
output damage.
to not have a +5 as well.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
oh god, Baku blocked the
Whoa.
fucking the child orb. Like I think the saber spaces had just come up or something to her. Like I mean, obviously Faku is a Dios, so there's some leeway, but it's like Jesus. And the Sek is doing about what you said though. They are losing a little bit too much health. They would have needed to print,
they are,
I think,
yeah.
another rep. Unfortunately, I to that extent I would have printed another rep if I had known, if I were
Yeah.
in his shoes.
It is interesting. I was having a conversation with Snack a week or two ago, and I was playing a run here, and we were talking about the amount of wraps you need to print, and I believe Snack told me 3. And it was a run where I had printed like 6, and I was like, oh, I guess I printed too much. But
Maybe not.
turns out they might have been wrong, because only 3 right now. But we'll see. Brian also down to 109 HP, dealing with this phase 2.
This is a
I mean,
rough
no-
phase 2.
Yeah, I mean, Brian's still in a position to win. Like, he can still do it. But he does need Tyler to get in that second place if he wants to get into the tiebreaker. Faku doing the same thing, printing 3 wraps. It is funny because Faku was there for that conversation. All 3 of us were having it together. So I wonder if they'll both not have quite enough wraps.
That's funny. I mean, I think it's 3 to cancel curse, but not to stay in
Yeah.
it forever. It's like the
Yeah.
thing, which I mean is probably good enough, but
Yeah, it's just the amount of damage you can get on that first one. I mean, you can chunk Mithrix down to like 30% HP with a big man proc.
Brian's scaring me. Almost done with phase 2
cool.
wisps, but still kind of low. One shot from a golem will be GG, basically. No opal or anything. So. Oh my god. Not to hex him or anything, but. Oh my god. He's fine. He's fine. Good. Meanwhile, Snack is just about to finish phase 1, getting into phase 2 as well. I think phase 2 should be easier for Snack here considerably, but we'll see.
Oh, and Faku actually did get a 4th wrap.
Nice.
Keeping the band. See if that's enough. Looks like
Live
he did
testing.
either not have the slug or lost a slug at some point, though. So won't have that healing.
The thing is, we look at Snek and Faku. They have the Dios. Brian does not. So that's like the shift in the bloom that happened was that the other racers got the Dios item and Brian never picked it up. So Brian has probably more fear for the Mythics fight here than the others do. The others are just like, well, we'll play it, probably push a little bit harder. Or they can at least without, dire consequences.
Brian finally finishing up this phase 2.
Took so long. And look at that. I mean, Snack is halfway done with his.
I mean, Snack's got a +5 though, so
it is true. I'm just saying, like, looking back at maybe like Tyler or something, who also has +5. Never mind, Faku with the wraps should finish fast. With the build difference, it's just that Brian's build is just not amazing for this. Just missed out on the wraps.
I mean, Brian could get a bonus point here, though. It's not out of the question.
It depends on how Faku does.
Yeah, I mean, Faku could if Faku +5s and Brian makes it through clean, I think it's almost guaranteed.
Brian does not make it through clean.
Okay, sorry, Brian. My bad, bro. Oh
Anyway.
man, hate to see that.
Yep.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
okay, no bonus points available for Brian, so I don't know. He could technically tie it up today if Baku and Snek both come third and fourth.
yeah.
Just saying.
Honestly, Sneck's in a good spot now. I mean, if he can just finish ahead
Brian.
of,
They're gonna be flowing in, I think, from this points.
yeah. I mean, it's tough. You know, when you're down
No,
and
it
you
is
need
tough.
those bonus points, you're like, man, there goes my day. But either way, Brian's played really well today. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-mm. Snek in third phase already. Just making his way through pizza with Sojourn. Like, there's no way it's intentional, right? Every time I see Sojourn and just being absolutely invincible to everything, I'm just like,
I mean, maybe they were just like, let's make a really underwhelming survivor, but let's do something a little silly here. And then they just did something a little silly, and it's
silly.
kind of balanced.
I don't know. I can't tell.
You know, don't question God. But Snack's almost through here. Maybe one more round of pizza. And with that afterburner, there's a big safety net. Falco, on the other hand, making it through phase 2, might be able to catch up. And Falco's done a much better job of conserving HP, not using quite as much curse. Of course, that fourth wrap makes a big difference. And Faku having that Dios means even a big mistake isn't completely fatal for the run.
And Snek all the way through phase 4. Done.
Yeah, gets the skip.
Good job.
That phase 4 skip could be the difference of this whole run here. We're gonna see.
It's kind of all on Faku right now, isn't it?
It is.
The only one without a +5.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of like how aggressive can Faku play this phase.
I mean, it looks like he's getting in there.
He's getting in there. Is he gonna proc a band here? Yep, big man proc.
You know what Faku has and no one else has? 2 razor wires.
That's
actually.
true. Yeah.
Some of the others have 1, but or everyone has 1, but he has 2.
Not
Oh,
quite an
Brian
average.
died
Ooh.
from. Was that from pizza after it went through a portal?
I'm not sure.
That's painful.
Snack's in an interesting spot here.
That's
Hope they get down in time.
They have Sojourn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Valka's gonna do it here. Just gotta get through a couple more pizzas. I like how he's almost pushing Mithrix around a little bit with the Sojourn.
Oh, janky. Yeah.
Very close.
All
and
right.
Faku, you know, I might have to eat my words because stage 4, I said, Faku's just playing too slow. I mean, this is a 20-minute stage 4. Lo and behold,
Deathless.
he's looking awfully good here. Deathless. Doesn't quite get the phase 4 skip there. Don't think he'll wait for it. He might try to set up another one, but... Oh, looks for the punch. That was a really good attempt.
Good try. I'm gonna just wait and bring everyone in at the same time or close or something. Or no, I don't want to actually mess Faku up. I'll bring the other 3 though.
And good point from Ruddy. Faku got last in the first loadout with 2+5s. Managed to come back and get a second, a first, and what I assume is going to be another first right here. So just great resilience. I mean, you know, shows kind of how seasoned of a competitor he is at this point.
Oh yeah, Faku's extremely, extremely good. just has to get through this phase 4. And it's like, it just goes to show how little damage is actually in this kit right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, just end it, please. That being said, let's bring in the others now that they're on the end screen. Hello, all three of you guys. We're waiting on Faku to finish up, but let's see here. It looks like Faku got in first, Sneku got in second, Tyler third, and Brian fourth in that loadout.
Mm.
So I think that's gonna be enough for Faku to take the day. A really good job to everyone who played that last one. It played well. Was there anything, Goji, that was like no one got? Or the only difference in runs was just like the wings, right?
Yeah, the wings. I mean, I think the big thing was how many wraps people took at the end.
Oh, right. For some reason, yeah, like, so there was a wrap printer on stage 5 with a focus crystal printer on Seeker. So naturally, there's a combo there. There was a Saber Spaces for Faku, but again, we talked about that. It wasn't really impactful for this run with Afterburn and everything. Everyone got pretty much the same rolls on Bloom because everyone got the same items, except Brian, you missed the Dios. But it's okay. Everyone got the Afterburner. Everyone, actually, Tyler, you missed the Runic Lens roll. You were one off on something. And Snack, you got everything, I think. That was like notable.
Yeah, I mean, real time Snack had the best run here. I mean, 3240 before that +5. It's just that +5 was a little bit fatal for the day.
Hey, Faku.
Hello. This Snack won?
No.
Nope.
You won.
Holy.
Yeah.
Holy.
Dun, dun, dun.
He died, I suppose.
Yeah, he died. You're the only one that didn't die that loadout. I mean,
Yep.
everybody struggled at some point. And you played it really slow and it paid off.
Well, I don't say it like that, but you played it conservative.
You played like dog shit, you were terrible.
You played it safe.
I mean,
you played it good.
I couldn't kill anything.
Yeah. No, it was a very good run, and you did a good job. I mean, what it just came down to today was just not dying on all of the. I mean, the two runs you did the best on were just the runs that you just played clean. So you identified runs that were, you know, a little bit tougher, and you opted to play them in a way that was like more comfortable to you, and you absolutely got the win for it. So congrats, Faku. Everyone say GG. Very good job. Also, GG to everyone else who raced today, especially you, Snack. That was incredible performance. You know, even if you got second, you played out of your mind today. And if it wasn't for those +5s, you would have gotten first real time on like all of them, I think. So very, very good job, especially. But obviously to everyone who played today, you guys were out of your mind today, playing very well. As always, my list of announcements and things. Make sure to check out the racers and everyone participate in the stuff. Check out Risk of Resources. If you guys want to know when the next race is going to be, make sure you join the Discord. That's going to be where you're going to find out. You can go check out the YouTube. We got some stuff over there. If you guys want to play with our mod, you can do that as well. Play with your friends and do some impromptu gauntlet races or start practicing or whatever. If you want to practice, you want to apply to be a racer, you can go to riskofresources.com/apply and send in your application. I mean, out of the racers here, we see like at least half of this. No, almost everyone in here has sent in an application and trained through and gotten to be a racer. And look at them now; they're all fantastic and great, and they're doing good. And it's just part about scrimming with the team and scrimming with people who, you know, really are passionate about it as well. And if you guys want to go and speedrun on our official speedrun category at speedrun.com, go check it out. And also go check out the other categories as well. I know the any percent for the new SOTS update has been going pretty well. Everyone's been diving into that one. So, but thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you guys next week. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Say bye.
Bye.